Hey, hey. Society. Wow, you feel better? Let's wait for Jamal, y'all. Hey y'all, if y'all can share this live, that would be great.
I said, oh yeah, today is Wednesday. About, oh, alright. What you mean?
Oh, that's good.
I only said about.
At least you feel a little better.
Oh yeah, you need to chop it up. You actually sounded suspicious. I'm just saying.
Y'all can share this live. Be great. Yeah, good topic today. Just waiting for Jamal. As always.
Last time you ain't cooked. Hey, remember I cooked you? Right there? Yeah.
There I am talking. He's supposed to be getting on here. He's talking. Black people.
That's what they all say.
I need a new controller. I'm asking a new controller for my birthday too. Because my controller is broke. So I may need a new one. Wait, what time is it? Oh, it's 8 o'clock.
But the
What?
I would say pass me some deodorant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I got you.
You only going downstairs, you know? You ain't gonna see nothing.
Oh my god. The way how I almost fell off the steps. Here. Yeah. This. Why do I have my
What's up, Jazz?
Who that?
Jazz. From the shop.
Oh, I'm not looking in this mirror real quick.
Oh, how are you feeling?
Dad! You're not going anywhere. You're going downstairs in the basement. What are
Ain't you doing
doing?
too much?
Like you really got washed
Hey,
up
hey.
for nothing. They got washed
Child,
up
I
for
still trying to figure out how the
nothing.
screen got locked. But whatever. People.
Go!
Harlem, go get in the shower. Hey, hey. If everybody that's on here right now can just share this live, that would be great. I totally appreciate it. And then if anybody is new on here and you missed any old episodes, you can click the link in our bio and check out the old episodes. It's the Davidsons and Friends on YouTube. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I would appreciate it, truly. Still waiting for Jamal to get on here. Super fly. Just to go downstairs. But what's up, y'all? Today's Wednesday. Anybody cooking out on the 4th? If you is, let me know. I'm trying to come over because I ain't cooking. Any cookouts? Anybody having cookouts? Send me the Addy, as the kids say. There we go. Finally.
Let's get ready to rumble. What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on? I put some coconut oil on, so I'm a little shiny right now. What's going on, peoples? What's up, Raina 90? What's going on?
Blurry.
Today we got a good topic. Good topic. What's your opinion on gender roles? And and not what society trains you to think. That's a good one. Gender roles tonight, y'all.
No.
Gender roles. Mo, it's just me. What's happening? Auntie, what's going on? We talking about gender roles. Mo, you can chime in on this too. We talking about gender roles. Who should do what? Should the women take out the trash? Should the men, you know what I mean? I don't know, wash clothes, do the dishes, cook. I don't know. How should it go? Should it be 50-50? What's y'all take on it? All right, so what's happening? All right, so we actually gonna get started. But before we do, let me say I'm old school. Nope. Now, I understand. Listen, I understand. Everybody's entitled to, however they feel is gonna be best for their situation. I think, that's one of the keys. Do be true to kind of like your situation and what works best for your team. So is it the old school? Is it the new school? Is it men 100%? Pay all of the bills, this, that, and the third. Is it 50-50? That's what we're going to discuss today. What is your definition of, gender role? What is your perception? What is your opinion on it? All right. So before we get started, I want to make sure y'all hit the umbrella that's down to your right. I'm sorry, the airplane that's down to your right, and pass it to whoever you think has an opinion or something they can share, because this is a safe space. It's a safe space for us to be able to share, for us to be able to learn from each other, on different topics. So this topic is very important topic, because this is one of the topics that has been talked about. It's like a buzzword, gender roles. One of the things that made Kevin Samuels very popular was the fact that he spoke heavily on gender roles, on, these modern relationships, modern women, modern men, things, or traditional men, things of that nature. So this is definitely a hot topic. So if there's anybody that you think can chime in on it, you know what I mean? Definitely share this with them, because it's a topic that we need to talk about. We need to talk about what gender, we need to talk about it. It's a conversation we need to talk about. TJ, what up with you? We talking about gender roles. Who should do what? You know what I mean? And what's your opinion on it? Very hot topic. Share down at the bottom to whoever you think may have a good opinion or perspective on the topic, so we can really have some engaging conversation. And of course, if you got a question or a comment, you can put it in the comments, but we see it the best when you put it in that question box, when you put your question there. And then at any point,
your phone is blurry, Jamal.
You said blurry?
Yeah,
like it need to be
like your Wi-Fi on or anything. It's if it's on, it's fine, but it's just blurry.
Is that better?
Mm-mm.
All right, it's better now though.
No.
Um, what
Yeah.
you think? Like I need to wipe it?
I don't know what
Like
it
I need
could
to wipe
be.
it?
I'm not sure what it is or
Oh.
why your screen is blurry. Maybe you do need to wipe it.
Buck Cuts, what up? I'm about to wipe it. Wipe. No?
A little better.
Let me see.
It's always technical difficulties.
All right. Gender roles. All right. So like I said, if you got a question though, once we get started in our conversation, add it to that question, like the little question bubble, and then that way we can all tackle it. But if you got the balls that you really just want to say, you know what, I ain't on for like typing and all that. I want to just say what I got to say. If you want to join in and add to, you know what I'm saying, the conversation on a live, just tap in and Sharia get you in. All right, let's get started. Without further ado, I'm Jamal, and
Sure.
you switching up filters? I'm Jamal, and that's my wife, Cherie. And we went through some tough times in our marriage, and right now we a work in progress. So we're using this platform just to kind of share, you know what I mean? So we can kind of learn some things from you guys, and we can share. Y'all can learn some stuff from us, and we can put some topics out there that relate to Black love, relationships, and all that other good stuff. So without further ado, the topic of discussion today is what's your opinion on gender roles? So I'm gonna sit back and I'm just curious
You
to, you know, huh?
Just curious to hear what you have to say, Jamal.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I started everything off. They want to hear a
that's a
different voice,
lie.
so I want to hear what
No,
you got
you
to say.
haven't.
So then I can chime back in. No, because I start off everything. This, you know what I'm saying? I want to, because then they be like, oh, Cherie, she don't be talking. Like, I just want to consume the conversation. But a lot of times, y'all, like, Cherie's not really a major, like, talker on social media. Like, you know what I mean? She's a talker in general. Like, you know, she can have conversation stuff in general. But, like, when it comes to lives and stuff, she just not always, you know, heavy conversationalist. So, you know what I mean?
Thanks,
A lot
Mo.
of times I'll just take over. Sometimes I'll just take over just, you know, so we can keep it, you know, keep it kind of flowing. But I'm going to concede to you,
Mo said
Cherie.
she want to hear what we
And
had to say first. They
here we
want to hear
go.
what Jamal
Mo,
has to say first.
listen. All right. So, all right. If that's the case, no problem. No problem. But just don't, but listen, Mo, hear me out. I've been accused of trying to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily take over, but, you know, having a strong opinion. But sometimes it's because, you know what I mean, I'm having conversation because we are on live. And if Cherie's not, you know, speaking on something, then I'm going to speak. You know what I'm saying? So now when I want to give her the mic, now all of a sudden, oh, I want to hear what you got to say. Okay. All right, cool. No problem. All right. So, my opinion on gender roles. My opinion on gender roles is I think that I'm more of a traditional, you know what I'm saying, like at heart, like a traditional male at heart, whereas though I would, you know, I would be comfortable, you know what I'm saying, with, like, I wouldn't have a problem with being in a situation if I had to cover more of the financial expenses for the house. Like I wouldn't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? If it was a situation where, you know, my wife, you know, needed to or wanted to, or it just worked best for us, and she just completely held down the household or whatever the case may be, you know, I'm not against that. I'm not against that. I think that, like, just for me, I was kind of like, I think that's kind of like in my blood a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, my grandmom had said that one time. She was like, you know what? She was like, Ma, you are such a hard worker. It's actually my great grandma. She was like, you such a hard worker. She was like, you are a Lawson. You a Lawson man. And I guess, like, the Lawson men are, you know, men in my family that, you know, that, like, always always have a job, always, like, take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? It's just, they really, you know, strong on that. And so she said that. So I guess, like, for me, with that in mind, Like I wouldn't mind being the person to, you know what I'm saying, to hold down the household if it was needed. Now, like what's the reality? Like nowadays, you know what I'm saying? I think things really just have changed because maybe the household doesn't always even need that dynamic right now because, you know, we have women that are working just as hard as men. We have men that have been in positions where, you know, it might be because of a childhood, you know what I'm saying, a childhood felony or something like that. They're in a bad position to even make the type of money that would compete with their woman, you know. And now it just appears that, you know, I mean, women are in position to contribute just as much financially, if not more at times, to the household. So, you know, in that case, I'm also cool with if my wife, you know what I'm saying, is making more and she's holding down certain parts financially, you know what I mean? Because I feel like if we're a team, if we got 10 things that need to be done, you know what I mean? It doesn't really matter who does, you know what I'm saying, 5 and who does the other 5. So, you know what I'm saying? There may be times where she might need me to cook. Now, I'm not really a big cook like that. You know what I mean? Good evening, good evening. Big exclusive podcast in the building. Clarence 23, what up? See a few people joining in. Demetria Horton, we talking about what's your opinion on gender role? And I was just saying that I don't mind being in a lead position in terms of taking on the majority of financial responsibility. You know what I mean? But today, in today's society, things have changed. And I think men and women have to be open to doing whatever works best for their household. You know what I mean? So I think it really is like all about whatever works best for your household. That's what I think. But I'm not down with, you know what I mean, men feeling that they want to minimize the hard work of a woman if she is in a position where she is holding down the household, because that is a major responsibility. You know what I mean? Cooking, cleaning, whether it's taking care of the kids in terms of helping them out with school. Like, I don't know why nowadays it's such like a disrespect to mention a woman as like a housewife. Like, that is like almost disrespectful, like you disrespecting her. But that's a major job that needs to be done when you have a business, the business of family. So the business of family has different things that need different responsibilities that need to be handled. And when you have a business partner, which is whoever your mate is, they're going to handle certain things that need to be tended to in that business, and you're going to have to handle certain things that need to be handled with that business. And that's just like even with our business at the barbershop. Like, I'm not above doing anything that I ask anybody else to do. You know what I mean? That's not me. I'm not above grabbing the mop and bucket. I'm not above, you know what I mean, picking up stuff, sweeping, you know what I mean, whatever that needs to be done. Because ultimately we have a team, and ultimately we have, you know, a common goal. And that's why we are a team. So if we got a common goal, I don't think there should be anybody that's disrespecting somebody else for the position that they're playing for the team to win. So I also don't feel like it's cool for a woman to disrespect her man if he's not making as much as she is, or, you know, or if he's, you know what I mean, if he's struggling financially, you know what I mean, if he's trying. I don't think that that's cool. So either side, I think that as a team, you know what I mean, you have to figure out what works out for your household, you know what I mean, because y'all got a responsibility, y'all got a goal. And for y'all to accomplish that goal, y'all have to be on the same page. So whatever that is, if it's the, you know what I mean, the dominant is paying, you know what I'm saying, or the dominant is cooking, and, you know what I mean, and vice versa. So that's how I feel. I feel whatever works out for that household, each other, y'all have to respect each other. That's what I feel. You got to respect each other, because at the end of the day, you're on the same team. As long as it's getting done. That's what I'm about. Let's get it done.
Mo said it's hard for me to believe a woman going 50-50 financially. She will be happy with her husband. Okay.
Hold
So
on. Let me respond to that. Hold on.
Go
Let me
ahead.
respond to that real quick. And then, So Mo, so which can you hop on, Mo? Because I feel like we gonna be going back and forth, and you gonna have to text stuff and everything. Like, can you hop on? But what she say? Can she hop on?
She ain't say nothing yet. So my
All right.
opinion
So
on the whole
hold
gender
on.
role
Let me
thing.
say what I gotta say real quick, and then you mean
Here we go.
I just no, I did. This is what I'm gonna say because then you can take the floor. But that's the whole point of things changing. The whole point of things changing, Mo, is that we have to look at each other differently and still understand that we got a common goal and whatever needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? We got to respect our women or our men for the part that they playing. If your mate has no part that they playing in your goals, then I can understand you having frustration. But if they're playing a part in your goals, then I don't think it's right for you to judge them, because for years men have never judged women based on what they bring to the table financially. And to me, it's really a little audacious for women to make money now and feel like they're above, you know what I mean, being there financially for their men. That's just like, to me, I feel like you acting like you never had nothing before. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody that got a bike or something, and then, you know, you was riding a bike when you had your bike, right? But now, let's just say you don't got your bike no more, or your bike broke, and now they got a bike, and now they acting funny with you about getting around on their bike. And you like, damn, nigga, you was just riding my bike. It wasn't no big deal. Now all of a
Yeah.
sudden you got a bike and you got all these rules. So
Mo,
I don't
he
have a lot of
mean
respect
joining
for
the
that.
actual live, like pushing the plus sign to join the live. We see your questions though.
Yeah. I mean, either way, but I just feel like the back and forth. But go ahead, Sheree, how you feel about that? Or anybody else?
So my opinion on the whole gender role thing, I feel like gender roles don't exist. I feel like you get in where you fit in. Before there was a him and a her, there was a you. You were taking out your own trash. You were doing whatever you need to do for you before this person came into your life, financially, physically, all of that. So I feel like you have to get in where you fit in. Whatever works for your situation, if that means the man is the one going out working, whatever, okay. But if it means that the woman is going out working, then okay. I just feel like it's just whatever works in that moment. So I don't really think that there is really truly a gender role. I don't believe in that, because if my husband gets sick today or tomorrow and he can't work, then what? I'm going to be stuck. I'm going to be like, oh my God, our life is over. No, I'm going to get my behind up and I'm going to get me a job. And I'm going to hold the household down. I'm going to hold these kids down, and I'm going to hold him down, make sure he cool. And it's vice versa. I will hope that he would do the same thing for me. So I don't believe in gender roles. I think that if it's snowing outside and the person is not around to plow that snow, girl, get up and plow that snow. Period. If the trash needs to be taken out, you want rather your house stink or you gonna take the trash out? You're gonna take the trash out. Like, we have to be realistic about what's going on. Like, people like just get so stuck on, no, I'm not doing that. That's a man's job or that's a woman's job. Said who? Show me. Where does it show it at? Where does it say it at? Because before you got in a relationship with whoever that you're with, or whoever that you're married with, or whoever you know living with, whatever the situation was, you was doing things on your own. So we have to get off of this high horse of, I don't have to do these things because my husband's gonna do it. Listen here, y'all. If I waited for my husband to fix my car, I love him to death. Guess what? It wouldn't get fixed. So at the end of the day, I have to be realistic with myself. Like, I need my car fixed, so I'm going to go get it fixed, or I need my oil change rather. Or, you know, it's been times I've been in situations I handled it myself and told my husband after the fact. Because if I be trying to wait for him to figure out with him, I'm going to be stuck. And it's not intentionally. It's because he either working or whatever the circumstances is in that moment. So we have to be realistic about what's going on, y'all. And vice versa. If I wasn't around, he has no choice but to figure out what he needs to do for the kids, for the house, for whatever in that moment. So we
Mm-hmm.
all need to stop thinking like we need this gender role thing in the equation, because we don't. If you with somebody, y'all gonna make it work regardless. So that's how I feel.
That's it. No, that's a good point, because I think we might even be getting a little too caught up on like the money situation too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it can go both ways. You could be like, well, my husband need to pay, he need to pay this, he need to pay that. You know what I mean? That's a man's job, or whatever the case may be. But
Exactly. I take my trash out. Exactly. Like, let's be realistic here, people. There's no such thing as gender roles. You're going to do whatever needs to be done in that moment. Now, if they're doing it, cool. But at the same time, if you got it and you can do it, then do it. That's exactly why there's a lot of single folks out here, because they be looking for all these different expectations of what they feel like a man or a woman should be doing. And you're not looking at the situation like, listen, I need to make sure sis is going to hold me down, or homie going to hold me down. Because if I break my leg today or tomorrow, or I can't function the way I functioned before I got with them, then what? Now y'all stuck together? Come on, y'all.
no,
What,
that's
Scott?
a good point.
Tune in, Scotty, because this is your topic. I'm just saying, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but that's how I feel. I feel like I get in where I fit in with my situation. I do whatever works. Like, whatever is going to work for our situation to make our situation better, that's just exactly what I'm going to do. And that's just regardless of what. That's what I'm going to do.
I think like sometimes you gotta chill with the expectation that somebody going to take care of like, or expecting them to take care of stuff. You know what I mean? What you say, Mo? What you fucking up? Shaq, what up? Oh, what up, Shaq? I think
teamwork, Scott. That's all.
It's all about teamwork. No, but this is the thing. I think that people get messed up on the money part, and they get played with that, because you'll have somebody that is taking care of, you know what I'm saying, all of these financial expectations that you
and don't know how to
cook for. No, not even that. But like, that'll be a reason. Like, you got to realize you're giving somebody a lot of power when you telling them they're taking care of your bills, your this, your that, your third. Like, if I'm doing all of that, like, you know what I'm saying, in most cases, a lot of times, a nigga gonna feel like he earned a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna feel like he earned a whole nother girl. He gonna feel like he earned, you know what I'm saying? He earned, you know what I'm saying, doing something that he ain't supposed to do, because I hold down this, I hold down that. Sometimes people can use that to hold over your head too. So I think it's important to kind of like to always bring value to it, and it don't have to be about money. If you make money the thing that has the most value in your relationship, then that's always going to diminish the person that has less money, and that shouldn't be the case. You know what I mean? Because if you got a partner that you know is going to hold you down, you know what I'm saying, regardless, and vice versa, then that's the value in itself. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily how much they're bringing to the table at the time, because that just may be their circumstances. You know what I'm saying? But you know, whether they got a dime or whether they got, you know what I'm saying, 100,000, they're going to put their maximum effort into your situation. That's the key. You know what I'm saying? But all of that whole, you know what I'm saying, if you don't got this amount of money, this and the third, y'all gotta chill with that, because if you do got a lot of money, huh?
I said it's bigger than just money. It's not about how much money somebody has, because you want somebody, you want to be able to depend on somebody if something happens to you today or tomorrow, even down to your children. You want to know that they got your back 100%. Mm-hmm. No matter what the circumstances is, they got you. So it's not just about money all the time. Money is just not the main thing in a relationship. You want to make sure that somebody is going to hold you down if the going gets tough. You want to know that. You don't want nobody to be like, oh, snap, he done lost his job, girl, I'm leaving him. Y'all ever seen that movie with Queen Latifah, dang, what was it called? And Common, he was messing with Queen Latifah's cousin. And when he got hurt and she got worried, she was out. And she was like, oh no, I got to go. Like, You know what I mean? You don't want nobody like that. You want somebody that's going to help you and hold you down the whole entire time, no matter what the circumstances are. You want somebody to have your back. You just never know what can happen to that person. So if you want to be with somebody just for some money, then you're going to be single for the rest of your life.
Yeah, she was out, Shaq. And you know what's funny? It's like sometimes like we'll give up on the right person. You know what I mean? For somebody that might got
she said,
some bread.
how can you be sure about that, Sheree? I'm positive.
What?
I mean, it depends. Like, everybody's situation is different. Scotty.
Assalamu alaikum. How y'all doing?
Wa alaikum salam. What's going on?
Not much, man. Came out to give me some pineapple juice, man. Gonna tap in with y'all.
All right, talk to me.
What's up, Scott?
Not much. So, what we talking about? You talking about what? You said gender roles, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just want to break everything down, like far as like 50-50. What? How should it be? How did David?
You said how the Davises? If we
Yeah,
get
how
in
y'all
where we
handle
fit
that?
in, Scott.
Yeah, like
we get in where we fit in.
Like it depends. Like I said, we got 10 things that need to be done. I got 5, she got 5. And sometimes, you know what I mean, my 5s change and her 5 change. You know what I mean? How you feel about the gender role? Like what would be your ideal situation, you know what I'm saying, if you was in a committed relationship or whatever the case may be, and you had a partner, like what would be your ideal situation?
My ideal situation, for real. It all depends,
Pregnant
right?
with oven mitts in the hand.
You said what? No, nigga.
I said,
You
what?
sick. No.
Pregnant with oven mitts on her hands.
Stop, man. You sick. No, like my ideal situation would be like we both like work. Like I mean, we both work, but you know I got kids, so I think that's what be my thing. Like we both got kids, we both work, we both hustle, but it's like my whole thing would be fitting my kids in the equation. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like financially, I don't see me like getting over my head as far as like house and nothing crazy like that. So that would be on me. Like cars and shit would be on me, but as far as like that would be my whole thing. Like as far as like the kids and shit like that, that would be my whole thing.
Well, like what you mean? Like as far as the kids, like her
Like
contributing to your
kids, like me, right? I can work all day, bro. Like if I was really good, I can work all day. I can just grind. So it's like if somebody can hold my kids down, or still I have my little time with my kids, then I'd be cool. Like you know, I do a lot. Like I leave a lot, like to go get my kids and shit like that. So that especially my younger kids. My oldest daughter, she older now, so. But that would be my thing that be hold me back a little bit. You know what I mean? And then like organization. Like I don't like all that paperwork and shit like that. That's the like lifeblood of all that shit. I'm not good at that shit. I'm just not. So
that's
ideally,
big.
That's what I'm weak at. That's real shit. I'm weak at, bro. As far as getting to work, getting out here, getting to it, bro. You already know I come up with all kind of crazy ideas. You know what I mean? I'm gonna find a way. You know what I mean? I'm gonna find a way. So that's what I think, man.
But that's what we talking about value, because like what Sheree does for me, like behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? Like that joint is invaluable. You feel me? So it's like that's what I like about having some, like I don't need somebody that has all of the same qualities I have. I need somebody that has, you know what I'm saying, areas that they gifted in and areas that I'm weak in. And so she's gifted in that area of the paperwork and, you know what I'm saying, timeliness with deadlines and this, that, and the third. Like she's really, you know what I'm saying, on top of a lot of little different things like that. And it works for us. So we kind of try to put ourselves in position, you know what I'm saying, so that she could be in that area. You know what I'm saying? Like we like to do we do things like that. So I'm all about, I'm the same way. I'm all action. You know what I'm saying? So I can get out there, I'm gonna make a way. I'm gonna come up with something, you know what I mean? Whether it's a class, whether it's a, you know what I'm saying, this or that. I'm gonna come up with something that's gonna bring it in, you know what I mean? But it needs to be organized, it needs to be set up, it needs to have, you know what I'm saying, structure to it. And that's where, you know what I mean, Sheree comes in. You know what I mean? I'll put the muscle in. I do the work. You know
put the muscle in too. Don't get it confused.
Yeah. No, you do. You put the muscle in. You know what I'm saying?
No, beloved. No, beloved.
This ain't, hold on.
Beloved.
A lot of sass. A lot of sass.
You know what I mean? A whole lot of sass. You know what I mean? But so that's why for real, when I look at it, it's not really all about the money. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, I think females is getting lost because they looking at the money, but that's not even a true person. You get somebody with money and they going sometimes a nigga can know he got money and you in a position where you need him and he gonna play you, you know what I mean, and dangle the money. I've been there. I done had, you know what I'm saying, family, they dating a dude that got a couple dollars and he basically dangling the money for every little thing. You know what I'm saying? She got the bag for this or that. And it's like, that's not what you want either though. You know what I mean? You want
That's why
somebody that's ambitious, you know what I mean, that's riding for you. You know what I mean?
I think to each his own. Like me, I wouldn't want a situation where they're like somebody like solely dependent on me. Like even if I like, you know what I mean, if they had their own situation going on, I ain't saying it like necessarily like a job, but it's like something they enjoy doing. They can make money on their own. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just not like what the hell I'm doing all day, or like, you know what I mean, just got other shit going on. You know, just if I break my leg or something like that, shit keep going. You know what I mean? Shit keep going. Like you know what I mean? You know, oh, what we gonna do? Or what I'm going, you know what I mean? What I'm going to do? Motherfucker, I'm hurt. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's all I'm saying. So, yeah, that shit is important. But like you said, that money shit, like I said, a lot of these people be letting people control them, guys and girls. Like, they get real comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Especially with men. You already know some men, you give them enough power. Listen, sister, I want to fuck your cousin. Real shit.
Straight up. It's a fact. It's the truth, though.
It's crazy out here. So it's just like, man, that's what I say. I don't want nobody needing me. You know what I mean?
Nah.
I don't.
You don't want nobody needing you, but you said that you would prefer to be the basic, like the main breadwinner. So you don't want nobody that you don't want to be. You don't want somebody that's going to need you. You want somebody that's just going to hold you down. Because if you keep saying, I want to be the person to do this and do that, God forbid you get hurt, then what?
No, but that's what I'm trying to say about that person establishing themselves too.
Right.
You feel like, I don't care what you're doing, if you like what you're doing, but you gotta know, Sheree, there's so much shit out here you can sell.
Yeah. What is doing with
Money
that?
out here, bro. Yeah, man, you selling hookahs and shit. You know what I mean? You hear me? Yeah, so there's so many other ways to get money. I'm just saying it's solely like, all right, you just home with the kids. Like, nah, man, motherfucker, figure some shit out. You know what I mean? Sell some crayons or something. Like, you gotta do something.
Yeah.
Put them kids in daycare, summer school, something.
Just do something, man.
We
like,
out here.
Hey, look.
That's all I'm saying. I don't want you, like I said, I don't want you necessarily have a 9 to 5, but do something.
But look,
Scott, how y'all feel about y'all don't care about 50-50. Y'all cool with 50-50, like splitting anything down the middle, like bill wise?
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't never gonna be 50-50, but you know what I mean? But look, 100. That's right, Miss Davis. 100. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Scott. We ain't doing no 50-50. We do 100 around here, player.
No guns don't coming on.
We do 100.
No, listen. I'm gonna say this. I feel like, I just feel like you get in where you fit in. Whatever happens, happens. Because I don't think there's no such thing as 50-50 either. Because again, if something happens to you, now your part is not being taken care of. I want somebody that's going to be able to hold the whole situation down regardless of what. That's how y'all living your lives. Like, you know what I mean? We not living like, well, I only got to handle my part and she only got to handle her part. No, I want you to know how to iron these clothes, how to keep these
always
food,
working.
pick out this trash, all this, like I do. Clean, cook, all that. Because you never know. You just never know.
And mute your joint. No guns on.
He got
mute your joint real quick.
No Gunzo got mute his thing.
Mute. There you go. No, just mute it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
So yeah, I mean, I just feel like the person needs to be able to do whatever needs to be done financially. Don't look at it like 50-50. There's no such thing as 50-50 because if something happens to you or them, then what?
Yeah. I mean,
they're not going to play their part.
Hey, Scott, but this is the funny part. Like, I think, and Sheree, you help me out with this. I think when she had Drees, and basically she was out with Drees when she was pregnant or whatever like that. And so pretty much I was holding everything down, right? And I don't know how many months it was or whatever it was, but it was like I was handling everything, but Cherie was like feeling super uncomfortable about it. It was just like she's such a go-getter. She was just like, no, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do something. Like I just can't, you know, and you know what I mean? It's just in her. You feel me? To want to grind, to want to contribute. She got to bring something to the table. I fuck with that heavy because I done been in a situation where motherfuckers, you know what I mean? They hop on your back, and as soon as your legs get tired, you know what I'm saying? Like, now we at a stunning halt. You know what I'm saying? Because you so used to just riding off of me. So I mean that really speaks volumes to the type of person that she is, and that's what you gotta have. Somebody that's just really got that, they just, you know what I mean, got that ride in them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, exactly, somebody said to match that energy. You know what I mean? But look,
you
Scott,
think
before you get off, go ahead.
I want to ask you one question. So you think like today, more like couples and more people like in relationships is like the social media is like, you know what I mean, putting that shit in their head that they gotta have a certain kind of nigga or a certain kind of girl.
For sure.
As far as like
For
to be,
sure.
as far as like to be like a partner. Cause you know, like back in the day, shit was a little bit different. But you're saying like now, it's a lot different.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I feel
because
like
I mean
all
it
of the
is,
shows.
but they getting back into the old ways, but it's just not realistic anymore. You want somebody, Chadwick. You
Modern now.
want, huh?
It's modern now. What you mean go back to the old ways? Girls want to spend all
Like
your
no,
money.
but I still know women who feel like they not doing certain things that they feel like a man is supposed to do, or
Okay.
if they not matching their energy, or if they don't have certain things, they don't want to be bothered with them. But I just feel like that's just not, it's not real. It doesn't exist.
Can I have an example?
So like like it's women that still feel like, oh no, if I get a man, he gonna pay half of my rent, or he gonna pay my rent, or he gonna get my car fixed, or he gonna if we go out to dinner, he gonna pay for the dinner. Why? What's wrong with taking your man on a date sometimes? You know what I'm saying? Like vice versa. Like what is nothing wrong with that? You know, you okay, I pay for the meal, you leave the tip. Or I pay for the movie, you buy the food. Listen, we together. This is one.
Right.
Like, but
you
it's people
dating. You saying married, right? You talking about married?
Both. Even when people dating, they feel like, oh no, he gonna pay for everything. What? But you like them.
I don't know. Like I don't.
What's wrong?
That is a good point. If I'm dating, if we dating, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not expecting. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
It's
saying
not about expecting.
I'm not
I
gonna
listen,
say I
promise you,
wouldn't
but we was talking about
accept
this
it.
in the shop.
Finish
Look,
this thought, please. You cut
Hold
that.
up.
No, because Jamal like cut me off
No.
too today. He loves doing that. But
No,
that's okay,
because
because I want to say this.
I don't look. I'm not gonna expect. I'm not gonna if we dating. I'm not expecting for you to be picking up the tab and all that. That's just me personally. I'm not expecting. If you did it, I would respect that. I would look at you in a certain, you know what I mean, with a certain amount of respect, and I still probably wouldn't even let you, you know what I'm saying, do it. But I'm not, you know what I mean? That's just, I don't know. That's maybe that's just the old school in me, or whatever you want to call it, the traditionalness in me. But if I'm dating, if I'm taking you out on a date, I'm not really expecting you to put nothing down. That's just how I look at it. You know what I mean?
If she want to go out, you pay him off. If a girl be like, yo, come on, let's go out. I want to try this restaurant.
No, but that's it. No, you gotta be careful with that too. If you call me and you like, let's go out, then that's a different ball game. You know what I mean?
No, why?
That,
Why is that a different ball game? What's wrong? No, listen, y'all. Come on, y'all. You can't say
if you call me and say you want to go out.
No.
We talking about dating.
I'm supposed to pay for it.
No, listen.
What you saying?
Listen. Can I finish?
Please.
It is nothing wrong. First of all, if a woman call you and say she want to take you on a date, okay, cool. It's cool. She can pay for it then. But if y'all on it, hold up. If y'all on a date, you took her on a date, but she offered to pay.
Yeah, not wrong.
Like no.
No, I'm not. It's like that's cute. It's like if Dre's
That's
like,
cute.
Dad, I'll pay.
Come
you know what I mean?
on.
I'm like, that's
Come
what's up, son. You know what I mean?
Come
I'm like,
on.
hold your money, and I'ma still.
What?
You know what I mean? I appreciate it.
Cheap motherfucker, let me pay. You're done.
It speak to your character. It speak to your character, but I'm not going to accept it. You know what I mean? But it definitely speak to your character if a woman, you know what I mean, offers to pay. You know, and that's cool. But just me, you know what I mean, position wise, the position that the role that I, you know what I'm saying, that I feel that I play, I gotta. you gotta pay the cost to be the boss. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be prepared to oblige and make sure, you know, things is however it need to be when we out. I'm not accepting that. Now, if you offer me to go out, then
But if
I'm
she call
gonna
you,
let you get
but
your
if she
blessing.
call you and say let's go out, she gotta pay.
Yeah, if you said, yo, I want to go out or whatever like that, then yeah.
You see this, Blake?
You asking somebody. If I accept, then yeah. If I accept, then yeah. But look, before you get off, Keith, real quick, and we gonna swap out for a second just so I could touch on this. Did you see this? You saw the viral situation with my man that brought the McDonald's for his son. Like that. So listen. So that's a hot topic.
You already know what I'm.
Listen, it's very interesting. Hold up. Let me bring everybody.
I got something to say.
Listen, just
have an
anybody
opinion.
that don't know. Listen, Blackie Chad, what up?
Chink got a pocket.
Malcolm Jamal Butler. Listen.
I got
So listen, real quick, right? Just for anybody that don't know about the McDonald's situation, you know what I mean? A guy basically was coming to bring his son, you know what I mean, was coming to bring his son some lunch, you know what I mean? So he came over to his son's house or whatever to bring his son some lunch. Now, his baby mom, or whatever the case may be, she has 3 other kids. And when he came, he brought some McDonald's for his son, but he didn't have, you know, food for the other kids. And she felt like he should have brought over food for all of the kids because she has 4 kids, as opposed to just bringing food for his son. You know what I mean? And it kind of went on to where, you know, she took and she was going back and forth with him about it. He was saying like, hey, it's not my responsibility. If you had like 1 or 2 kids, maybe, but then you got 3. And then he was like, well, just tell him to come out. He could just eat, you know, eat the food with me out in the car, you know what I mean, whatever the case may be. So it goes on for a little bit. Then she ended up taking the food and throwing it at him like, no, we ain't having that. And it kind of like went down like that. You know what I mean? We don't know the whole story, the whole situation, but that's pretty much, you know, that's pretty much the gist of the whole viral McDonald's, you know what I mean, situation. So I want y'all to chime in. I want to hear what y'all got to say about that, you know, briefly. I know we got a topic, but I just want to grab Scott.
I'm gonna just say, listen, she was wrong. Like man coulda, woulda, shoulda. They might have did it before, you know. They might would know everything, but you gotta think what situation. Like
you breaking up a little bit, Scott.
I said you know his situation. He probably just had enough for his son, for his kids. You feel what I'm saying? Accountability. Like how you gonna force me to get shit for your other kids? Why can't it's a good gesture, but to be expecting that, like you forcing that, like oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. Regardless of whatever, like he probably knew she had other kids and all that kind of stuff. Like you forcing me to bring kids that she went. Like that's that she could have let me around me or something.
Hey Chad, you got mute your joint, Chad. Go ahead, what you saying?
I say her other baby father sound like they ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing anyway. You know what I mean? They ain't helping out anyway. So you know how that shit is with kids and all that kind of stuff. But she could have left, take a ride with his dad, or like you said, gave him the food, or took the food and then busted down with the other kid. I understand. We don't know what was in the bag. We don't know nothing, but we don't know that man's situation. We know her situation, but we don't know his situation. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it. I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong at all.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I dig that. I dig it. We talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's a real topic because a lot of us had those type situations where we dealing with people that might have different, you know what I mean, kids. Even in your situation, Scott, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or my situation, we have kids outside of, you know what I mean? We have kids by different women or whatever the case may be, you know, and that's a real topic. How you feel about it, Sheree? Eddie Cash said he not wrong. He ain't wrong, player.
I mean,
he ain't wrong.
I think
that's what Eddie Cash said.
Okay, so if it was a situation where he was picking his child up and was taking him to get something to eat, that was one thing. But I feel like he could have had brought all the kids McDonald's if he knew the kids was there. But she ain't had to act like that though. She ain't had to do all that, even if he didn't. Okay, he didn't bring the food.
Like that.
But that didn't make it, huh?
That wasn't her first time acting like that, so he already know the vibe.
I mean, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, like, we only speaking on right now. I can't go off of whatever was going on, all that stuff. But I'm saying, like, he could have brought the food, but because he didn't, okay, cool too. But she ain't had to act like that. She ain't had
Yeah.
to do all that. But I feel like if he knew all the kids was there, he could have. He could have brought the kids or everybody something to eat. But he didn't. But that don't mean that you gotta go on social media and do all the extracurricular stuff that she did.
Jay said she
But
should
you
have just
should have
cooked
just
for the
cooked.
kids.
All
Straight
right, I'm
up.
about to go ahead, man. Make do out for that sister.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Smile at you, player.
All right.
Hey, listen, man. Get them kids to McDonald's, player.
Yes. Get all the kids. Get all the
4
kids.
for 4.
We love the kids.
4 for 4.
For 4. Blackie Chad, chime in with us, man.
Yes, come
talk
off
to
you,
me. How
Chad.
you feel, man? How you feel
Hi.
about that?
There's a lot of, he could be bitter, she could be putting him through hell. It could be a lot.
Yeah.
But science has shown, whether it was Pavlik or whoever it was, where if you feed one monkey a banana and you give the other monkey nothing, the two monkeys could be best friends. They're going to fight. You just don't give one and then the rest have none, because that's how crime starts. I mean, what is crime? Crime is you give this area a whole lot and this area nothing. So when I'm hungry, I grab the dishes out the kitchen, however the freeway line go. I think essentially, yes, financially you might not have it, but even if you got a loaf of bread, $1 worth of cheese, and a half a pound of smoked turkey breast, so everybody could do it. Or,
Ain't nobody doing that shit every day, man. Come on, man.
No,
Stop.
listen,
Come on, man.
No, listen. I'm not saying every day, but I'm saying we've all experienced other people having things and we didn't have it. We know how that feels. So you can't imagine me to come and give one of your kids 4 nuggets, French fries, and a toy, a whole Happy Meal, and nothing for the rest of the kids.
Yeah.
That's just not good etiquette, regardless, because we all know, like, to be honest, your mama nut, but I can't put the kids through that because it ain't their fault.
Right.
So the way he did it, it was distasteful for me, because as a man, it's like, come on. Like, now, it's bad business. Now, I do. Now, on the other hand, she didn't have to act that way. And I also know that sometimes it is a superhero baby dad out of all the baby dads. That is that one sucker that you can get over on, and you don't require that from the other baby dads. You know the other baby dads ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna ask them for nothing. You'll ask the nigga who ain't the dad to help out because you know he will. I mean, we go through this a lot of times you hear about it around Christmas, where she be like, well, if you don't got nothing for all my other kids, don't bring your kids something. When that's ultimately not his responsibility. And now you about to make your kid not have because of the choices you made and the demands you didn't have for the other baby dads. It's for a person who got 2 baby dads or 3 baby dads, they all don't treat you the same in a good way. They either all treat you the same in a bad way, negatively, like none of them do it, or it's just one that's really good and the rest of them is trash and you depend on them. I'm just not letting them kids be hungry. Now, if it's Christmas or something like that, even though, we don't celebrate those things, but if it's Christmas, all right, he could come play with his toys at my crib. But you just don't do, the Happy Meal, what, $5 now? You could have got a pack of hot dogs. You could have got a pack of hot dogs and some bread and brought it over for all of the kids. It's just some things you just don't do, regardless of how shout out she is, because kids don't remember that. My mom was nutty, but Mr. Marcus he always made sure we eat. That's just nutty. And I don't care about the situation of what she do or what she didn't do or whatever. Unless she accused this man, I can't even say that. Unless she accused this man of rape and she know he ain't raped none of them kids, I'm still not doing that. Them kids don't deserve that, man. They just don't. And you gonna make them kids. Them kids is gonna beat your kid up. They gonna terrorize your kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why I said,
listen,
regardless of the situation, like, she was wrong how she reacted, but he could have brought all the kids something to eat. I mean, it's just that simple.
I don't see the purpose of throwing the food on the floor.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say, you know what I mean? It's interesting because you can look at it different ways. You can look at it and say, hey, you know what I mean? Their relationship, how their relationship is, has a lot to do with it too. Because, you know what I mean? If he felt like she was the type that, let's just say, for instance, you know what I mean, she brought his son clothes for the summertime, and his son was going for him for the summertime, and she brought clothes over or whatever. If he felt like she was the type that, you know what I mean, would bring something over for his other kids or whatever the case may be, he might have been more compelled to, you know what I mean, to do something. You know what I mean? But that's the other thing. It's like, you know, the relationship means something that we not really getting a whole lot into, you know what I'm saying? And then his circumstances, we don't know. Like, we can't really assume that he really had enough to get, you know what I'm saying, his son plus them something. And he did offer to say, hey, well, you know what I mean, why don't you just tell him to come out and, you know, go in the car or whatever. Is it, I can't really
That's some
say
Virgo
that, you
stuff
know.
right there. That's some. He probably was a Virgo.
He
Virgos
didn't to me, it didn't seem like, and it's the, you know what's messed up? The messed up part about this is all he was doing and we don't know the whole scenario, so I'm gonna exaggerate it. All he was doing as the one good baby father was just bringing his son something to eat, and he got all this fucking backlash, and that's just messed up. You know what I mean? He didn't seem like he was even doing it from a malicious place. He just pulled up, you know what I mean? Boom, let me drop this off. You know what I mean? I don't want no problems. Keep on going. Even with the conversation, as she was going back and forth, she was already a little tight before he even pulled up. You know what I mean? He seemed like he was trying to, he wasn't even really trying to escalate it. So it's just kind of deep on both sides. You know what I mean? So,
No,
but again, the kids suffer. You know what I mean?
He probably was on the phone with her, like, yo, I'm about to come drop little mama off a Happy Meal. Listen, you better not come here with no Happy Meal for him. It's like, I'm feeding my son. Listen, you come here listen, bitch, I'm coming here with 1 meal for my son. All the other kids ain't my kids. Oh, well, so she already was turned up. So that's why she already probably had the phone.
No, she was on live. She was on live, in her head, she was like, listen, this happened before. I'm not gonna let it happen again. But why not just, you know what I mean? And it's messed up because these relationships, you know what I'm saying? We talking about, our main topic today is, you know what I mean, what's the gender roles, you know what I mean, when you in a relationship. But that's interesting. What is the role, you know what I mean, when you out of a relationship, when you didn't even have
Got hit
the
the bus
capacity to
time.
keep, huh? Oh, somebody try
Oh
to
no,
hop
go
in?
ahead. Yeah.
When you didn't even have the capacity to keep the relationship together from the first place, but now you still got to try to maintain a good relationship, you know what I'm saying, after y'all don't already get along. That shit is tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like,
Yeah, that
if he
is.
didn't come to
Hello.
bring, if he ain't come to bring his son nothing, he would have been
No.
a piece of shit for not bringing nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lose-lose situation.
It's like, is his kid the oldest kid or the youngest kid? Because if his kid was the youngest kid, you was dealing with her when she had those kids. So how can you just automatically just stop that, not obligation, but the things you probably was putting on for him before y'all broke up? It's like, oh, we ain't together no more. And there's a lot of niggas
Oh, I
like that.
got you. That's a good point
Mhm.
too. We don't
There's a
know
lot
that,
of niggas
but
like
that's a
that.
good
When
point.
you break
But
up, it's over.
can I
First
say
of all, hello,
something?
how you doing?
I said hi. You was so busy. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, they go
Walaikum
salam.
salam.
So listen, me and my husband was talking about this, and I was like, he was like, how would you feel
Cream.
if you had 3 baby? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can.
Here goes your
All right.
topic
He
down the
was like,
drain. Here we go.
oh my goodness. He's like, how would you feel if you got 3 baby dads and your one of your baby dads brought one of your kids something? I said, well, are you talking about me? Because I feel attacked.
Oh.
So,
Mm-mm.
so he started laughing, and I was like, well, my middle child, kid, dad, whatever, he does that sometimes. I don't feel no type of way, only because I just feel like he's not obligated to. But in a sense, now when we was together, he would do for both kids. You know what I mean? But now that we're
Mm.
not together, now that we're not together, it's not ironic if he just come get the one kid and take her to go get ice cream or take her to go get this, or like if him and my daughter on the phone and he'd be like, and she might just tell him, oh, I'm hungry, and he'll go get it and bring it to her. Now, is that wrong that he did that? It's like, nah, but he not thinking, well, let me get Chloe something to eat, because he not mentally there. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
I wouldn't. So like, I don't be mad and stuff like that. But if Chloe and Carly is in the house together, he would bring them both something to eat. You know what I mean? So I guess every situation is different. But I think like people just look at it like, oh, it's $5, it's $5, but it's just like, is he wrong for not getting the other kids nothing, or is he wrong? Like he would get backlash both ways because I guess men are obligated to just give. You know what I mean? To their kids, other people's kids, and everything else. But us as women don't do that, and I know I don't do that. I just went and bought my
Yeah,
kids sneakers, and I ain't buy my husband daughter no sneakers. But on the
But
flip
I
side,
think, I
my
mean,
good
husband
point.
wore sneakers.
even with the situation though, like you
That's
said,
a good point.
if you have a good relationship, you know, if you if y'all not together no more and you still have a relationship that you built with the other children, now all of a sudden you choose to be petty and say, no, I'm going to only get my child something to eat. That's petty. But on the other hand, if you say like, all right, I'm gonna go pick up my child and we're gonna go out and we're gonna do our own thing, that's one thing. That's different. But you can't build a relationship with another child and then decide that because y'all not together no more, that oh no, I'm not looking out for this other kid no more. Not necessarily
But
buying
why
them
not though?
clothes and stuff like that.
It
But
happens
I
every
Why
mean,
day.
not
It
though?
happens every day.
Yeah, I'm
I
about to
mean,
say, but why not though?
it's a pro-choice thing, but I feel like in that moment we talking about getting McDonald's. I'm not talking about clothes. I'm not talking about buying things, doing all this other stuff. But if you know that this kid is around and you have a relationship with that child outside of the mother or the father, you wouldn't say, "Oh, let me get Jimmy a Happy Meal too." But
But
if you have a bad
if you're not
relationship,
thinking, if you're not consciously thinking, and you're not around these kids, and you're not like, yeah, you built your own relationship, so like you would do stuff or like together collectively, whatever. But if you're not around, and and like I just stated, like if she call and say, "Dad, he bring me something to eat," and he just go get her something to eat, from the outside looking in, it'll look like he just bringing her something to eat. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Mhm.
is that wrong that he didn't think of my other daughter because he's not in the household no more? You know what I
no,
mean?
but that
No.
doesn't
Like,
So I'm
count.
not saying that's is this that okay. If you built a relationship with this child outside of the mom, right?
right,
And you decided that okay, if Chloe say, "Oh, Dad, I'm hungry. I want to get something to eat or whatever like that," most people, depending on who it is, will be like, "Oh, is your sister there or your brother there?" Because they have a relationship with them. So if you have a relationship with them, you're not putting your own personal feelings in the equation. You just thinking of them, like, because you care about them too. So you feel like, no, I'm not going to just bring Chloe a Happy Meal and not bring Joe and
right.
Jim nothing to eat too.
He
So it
and he
just
does both
depends.
things though. No, and
Huh?
it's crazy because Carly dad does both things. He does stuff just for Carly, and he'll bring it to the household, and then he'll do stuff for both of them. So it kind of, but I guess the question is, would I be mad when he don't think about Chloe and he only thinks about Carly? I don't be mad. I don't
Well,
be
I
mad
think
because
he's
I just feel
inconsistent.
I don't be mad because I just feel like if he do, because she got a whole nother bonus day. Like I'm literally got 3 babies. So she got another like bonus day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he fills the void.
You got a village.
You know what I mean?
But that's all of that. That's all of that
Hmm.
is. I ain't scared of none of y'all, so I say what's real. You know what I'm saying? So the fact of the matter is, there is a difference between a bonus dad and a stepdad. When you got a stepdad, you are there because you are married to the mother. So when the marriage is over or the relationship is over, you don't have no obligation to that kid no more, regardless if it's right or wrong. Now, when you
Right,
got somebody who is a bonus dad like me, my first daughter's not biologically mine, but all she knows is me. Now, if me and her mom break up, that's still my daughter. It don't change.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's
right,
people who don't sign up for eternity. As long as I'm banging your mom back out, you mine. The day me and her ain't together no more,
right.
you ain't. And that's just how it is. And you think about some people, they good
That's
dads while
fair.
they with the, they good dads while they good dads while they with the mom. As soon as they ain't with the mom no more, they don't even take care of their own damn kids. So it just depends on the person that you're dealing with and their
Mm-hmm.
intentions. You might not care because you got a bonus dad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you didn't have a bonus dad now, you might have a problem if you and everything was on you. You would look at things. It's sort of like this. If I had $1 million and Ma stole $20 from me from here and there, I wouldn't care. I got $1 million. But as soon as I ain't got no $1 million no more, I'm gonna start counting all of the things he did. Like, oh yeah, you owe me $60 from 3 times you went in that bottom drawer. So I just think about what we have and
I
what we
mean,
don't have. We ain't gonna.
I think is everything is what's the word I'm looking for? Everything is, I guess, different for each situation
It's
because
like your
yeah,
perception.
because for a while with me and Chloe, it just was me and Chloe for 9 years. So I'm a mom and a dad. I'm a mom and a dad. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know how to be.
Why do we gotta
No,
like?
I'm
Why do we
saying in
gotta
a
say
sense
that?
of no. I'm in a sense of being like both parents and chastising, but trying to be a friend, and then yada yada yada. So
No,
when
that's not
no,
that.
it
No,
is.
it's
You don't
not.
know how it is to be a single mom. You're not a woman. So at the end of the
And
day,
you're
you
not a
don't
man.
like Chad. But Chad, listen to what I'm saying. I'm
Listen
Exactly.
what
not
I'm saying.
saying
You
that.
really okay? Okay.
Listen. Just listen for a minute.
60
I'm
seconds.
not saying that I try to be a man. I would never be that person that get on the internet and dress like a man for Father's Day
But you can't say
and
that then.
and be the dad on bring donut to dad day. That would never that was never me. But what I'm saying is Chloe only had one parent in her life for 9 years. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. That's it.
So
And that's not taking
wait.
nothing away from you.
So listen, what I'm saying is 90% of the time, us as women, if you're a single mom, you can't not be a mom. It's like even when the dads are present, we still always gotta be a mom. You know what I'm saying? That's something that dads never understand. Whether you got a wife
Going through them
that's
shit.
carrying it or whatever the case may be, I'm telling you,
Hold up, you breaking up. You breaking up.
okay, because I'm driving. Can y'all hear me now?
You on
Y'all
them
hear
Yeah.
me?
shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But a mom's job is like
Child,
You
you on
breaking
them
up again.
sticks.
Use the BMW car phone.
Hey, look, but this let me add this real quick while she getting her phone together. But with Chad, just like what you said, listen, if you got $1 million and somebody take a dub, you're not gonna really feel it like that. But when you lose that $1 million, when you I mean now you're paying attention to every dollar that you got. It's very similar to my man. We doing all these assumptions about what he should have did, but clearly, you know what I mean, if he had $1 million, I'm pretty sure he would have just got something for everybody in the house. We got to be realistic about how the times are today. Like this man, you know what I'm saying? He has his son. He may have other children. You know what I'm saying? He got gas that went up. You know what I mean? Everybody's really
Ma,
just
you
trying to
can't
make it. So
sympathize for
he's
sucker
not even,
stuff.
he may
Ma,
not,
would you have done that? We got
no,
we
that's
gotta
not
have
sucker
a
stuff.
no,
That's
Ma,
not
listen, hear me
sucker
out.
stuff.
We gotta have a standard.
No. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Sucker stuff is when, you know what I'm saying? Sucker stuff is when you're not taking everything in consideration and you're assuming that somebody should do something that they're not obligated
exactly.
to
No, I
do.
agree.
That's
Ma,
sucker stuff.
that's sucker stuff, Ma.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
that's
sucker
So,
sucker
stuff.
but
I'm
stuff.
you
gonna tell
just
you why.
said you got to think
Yeah, you
about
putting
the
the cape
economy.
on.
But what about how do we know there wasn't feelings involved? How do you know he wasn't doing that to be
But
petty?
still, that's still not his
And
obligation.
money don't have nothing to do with it.
It
It
don't
do
matter
matter. That's
whether he
sucker
did it
stuff.
for that or
That's
not.
Yeah.
sucker stuff, Ma. As a man,
No,
listen,
it
let me
doesn't.
say this.
No,
Listen,
it's
as a
not.
man, we have a standard that we need to be by. It's certain things you gotta stand by. If I knew I only had money for my son, yo, Tanya, send my son out to the
Chad's phone is
but I'm
acting
gonna
up.
hold it for you.
Good. You was breaking
Go
up.
eat your food. I don't want you eating in nobody's face. It's
But
an
good.
obligation, bro. If I come to your barbershop
You was
and I got a slice of pizza, I'm gonna offer all y'all some.
Mm-hmm.
It's just certain etiquette you gotta have, regardless if you felt the way
Mm-hmm.
about her, regardless if your feelings was hurt, regardless if you didn't have it, you
Everybody
had an
isn't.
opportunity
That's
to
like a
do it
learned
a
behavior,
certain
though.
way.
That's a
let me ask
learned
you a question.
behavior, though, Chad.
Let me
That's a
ask you a
learned
question.
behavior.
Chad,
If a nigga,
let me, and
that's
not
just
only that,
like guys from back in the day. It's kind of like it's just different. Those are like learned behavior. So like, if you was always around a nut ass niggas who never took care of their kids, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be a nut too that don't take care of your kids. But if you're
But
around
but
thorough
but that's
niggas
not
and
true.
like
What if he had a
niggas
good
doing
mom
stuff
and a
with their
good dad? He
kids,
just a sucker.
I don't think that's stuff.
That's not sucking shit. He came to brought his son some food, and that's what
Yeah,
he
I don't
did.
think
If he would have did something, that would have been extra. I don't like when people take for granted somebody like what somebody should do or not. Like I'm not like say for instance with me, I do a lot of things to help people. You know what I mean? But I don't like when people feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm obligated to do things for people just because I may have a track record of doing those things. People take that for granted and people take advantage of that. And I don't like that. And my thing is, like, do you have kids by other women? Have you ever been in that situation yourself?
I can't speak for that. I've been blessed to have all my children by the same woman.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that to say I've been there. Not only I've been in a situation where I've had, you know what I'm saying, a child that I took care of, who took her in as my own child to the point where, you know what I mean, we was in a situation where she wanted, we was talking about even adopting her legally, you know what I'm saying, because that's just how I ride, you know what I mean. But when we separated, things got extremely ugly, and even after it was ugly, you know what I mean, I still, you know what I mean, would come get her, this, that, and the third. And it got even uglier to where it was like I had to not bring her along anymore. So we don't know all those details. Those are details that if you in that situation, if you have kids by other women and you have to go through that, those are things that you experience firsthand that you can speak on. You can't speak on it if you don't have that. If you don't have that
that's
experience.
not true.
You know what I mean?
Last week's conversation. No, it's not a fact. I'm gonna tell you why it's not a fact. I'm not speaking on having 2, 3, 4, 5 baby moms. I'm speaking on man etiquette. It's sucker stuff. You will not sit on your porch and buy ice cream for just your kids when your daughters is on the porch playing Barbies with 3 other little kids. You will not do that, regardless if that's your obligation or not. I don't know their situation. I don't know the emotional path. But this has nothing to do with her. It just has to do.
Bro, if that's all you have, hold up. If that's all you have is a dime in your pocket, and you want to see your daughter smile, you mean to tell me you're going to deny her because she's around people that
Yes.
Other children? Even again, I wouldn't be the type that necessarily got her something and told her to go back with the other kids. But if I wanted to see my daughter smile and I had a dime left in my name and I wanted to see my child smile, yes, the etiquette would be I would take her and we would go somewhere and I would get her some ice cream or something and we would gaze in each other's eyes. You know, I'm not with the whole. I'm not with the whole having kids. You know, having something that other people not having stuff. But what I'm saying is, he even offered that. He said, "Listen, why don't he come inside my car and we get together?" You know what I'm saying? Like that was that. That's what he
but let me say
offered.
this. Let me
Yo,
say this.
this is crazy.
Let me say this, Mom.
I
Regardless,
saw the video.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you guys off. I saw the video, and I was a single mother, and I would have 3 sons, 2 different fathers. However, she was dead wrong. Not him. I don't blame him because, one, you have the children. That's number one. And if this is something that this man, because her statement was, he's always bringing every morning her son breakfast, right? So if he's bringing him breakfast,
being a good dad.
But if she knows that he's bringing her son breakfast every morning, feed the fucking kids. Feed the kids, period.
Thank you.
Then he don't have to bring breakfast. Or say, yo, since I know you're picking up the food for X, Y, and Z, here's a couple of dollars, bring some for the kids. Or pick it up, or I'll give you the money.
Cash it.
Like, he's talking about, well, you know, and he wasn't wrong in saying, well, what's the matter with the other fathers? Because you're talking about, you know, I got kids with other people. That's not that man's responsibility.
Right.
If he chooses to pick that up, that's fine. My son married.
Exactly.
My son married a woman who had 8 kids before, and they got 4 more. So they got 12 kids altogether.
Wow.
And they're Muslim. And he took on all that responsibility. But you know how hurtful it is for when the kids decided, oh, I want to be with my dad, for a man who's been taking care of you all this time. Like, come on. Like,
no, but see, this is the thing. This is the part that you guys, and I understand everybody's point.
That's a great point.
Everybody's point. She might be, I mean, she's right in a different way of me looking at it. I didn't look at it that way. Okay, because I obviously don't know the whole story or even watch the live to see what everybody else was saying. But what I am going to say is, regardless if it's his responsibility to feed those other kids or not, he didn't have to do it that way. It's no way for you to just
he offered to do it a different way.
But listen,
that's what I'm saying. He offered to do it a different way.
What other way did he offer to do it?
He said, just have him come out and we can eat in the car together. What responsibility do you think that the mom had on it? Because the sister just broke it down, which made a lot of sense. She said, and this is true, she said every morning he comes and brings his son some food, which is commendable for this man to bring his son some food. If you see the pattern, then why not, like you said, all right, cool, I'm gonna cash app you something, A, or B, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make breakfast, so you know what I mean. Woo, woo, woo. You take him with you for a little bit. I'm gonna just have breakfast with the other ones. Woo, woo, woo. Bring him back. Everybody's happy. Everybody's eating. Or just say, I don't got it. I need help. Or ask the other fathers for a couple dollars. Listen, what we doing on Tuesday mornings? We gonna get the kids McDonald's. Can you shoot me $5 for Raheem? Whatever. Like, be creative. You can't put that on this one man.
It's coming in from a nan and a boo boo intent.
No.
I don't mess with this lady. I'm not gonna mess with this lady. I don't like her. I hate her stinking guts. But I'm not gonna do that to them other kids. I'm gonna walk my son to school. I'm gonna do it, but he don't gotta do it that way.
Okay.
Where's the other dads?
But
why are you doing that?
Hold on. He's being a responsible father. That's number one. And number two, the thing is that it's so challenging. And this is why again, I'm a woman. Raised 3 sons. They're adults now. Of course, I'm a grandmother now. So, but if he wants to build a bond with his son, and if breakfast is the only time that he get peace to be able to spend with his son, why he can't have breakfast with his son?
Right, but that don't happen in her. That don't happen in her house. That's not a bond. You giving them food and then you leaving. A bond would be I'm gonna walk my son to school and let him eat it.
Wait a minute.
Man, the bond is whatever you make it.
Quality time.
Yes.
What you do when you having breakfast with your child or children, the time that you spend to talk about certain things, the private time that you can educate them on certain things. It might be the only time that you can gather his his attention. He get all of your attention. It's nobody else around. It's just them.
Yeah, they do that in the car, not dropping it off and keeping it.
But see, you don't know, because the way she talks, the way she's speaking, he has to do that. Because she that type of that. Why? Because she don't give no man no peace. I can tell by the conversation. The fact that you was willing to say, I'm gonna put him on blast. People think you a good father and you only bringing food out. But you got all these other kids who don't even take care of their kids, who's not even bringing no breakfast, who's not breaking no bread, who's not giving you no money to take care of your kids, and you screaming about, I don't get my food stamps until the 11th. Girl, bye.
Wow.
Stop that.
And you know what? She talking all this about the man that bring food for his son every day. She ain't put the other niggas on blast at all.
When
she petty, and that's what some of these women do. They will try to make the good guy look bad.
Exactly. When he mentioned it, now
and
she want to tie people
on
under the rug. But you know that then. But you know that like he's obligated because I gave you so happened to have a kid out the situation. Who knows if he really even wanted to have a kid with her? Like, let's keep it real. She could have been a one night stand. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, talk to him.
Come on, let's keep it going.
I know how females go. I'm sorry, I'm from New York. I know.
I can hear that.
Yeah. So she gonna do that. She might be that type of female.
But let's be clear before all of these comments slander. Listen. I'm trying to say to you, I think we all agree, but just in a different way, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
She was shot out, right? But I'm always about conflict control. Like, I don't want to argue with nobody that's you that type of bit. Like, those be baby moms who act like that. You know what I'm saying? And so when you acting like a baby mom, I don't want to argue with that. But I also don't want to put my kid through that hell of having other brothers. I can't imagine him coming to the house with a Happy Meal and he's sitting at her crib eating a Happy Meal with just his kid. And then the other kids just around. Yeah, you can bond, but you got to do it a different way. I'm just saying, it's just certain things. You either got it, if you don't got it, act with a smile. But to do it, I'm just saying, as a man, for me, I'm never gonna let other kids miss out on certain things in front of my kid. That's not gully to me.
But understand the content. Here's the thing, y'all. You a lot of people are probably watching from the standpoint of her call herself putting him on blast. But what she did was threw herself on the slab. Because you know, here's why I say that. Again, I'm a woman, so I'm hearing what men are probably not hearing. This is not no one-time thing, and if he offered to do it a different way. She's the type of female, from what I gathered from her mouth and how she tried to throw him under the table, is not going to allow that to happen. She's not going to allow him, hey, let the baby come with me. Or she's not going to allow him the space to say, hey, let him go in another room, or let me do it another way, or let me pick him up after school. No, he got to come to where you are, which you're going to come and bring drama. He don't want to have the drama in front of his kids, so let him come inside the car with me and this, that, and the other. You don't want that. You're going to give him beef. Why? Because he's not with you.
So the thing,
the way you was using him, you gotta listen to. I can tell her mindset. She's straight hood.
Yeah.
From New York.
She doesn't have anything, and her mentality is that she doesn't have. So that's and that's coming off. Her thing is that you owe me.
Right.
Yep.
I feel like,
and that's what I don't like. It's the entitlement. No,
exactly.
It's the entitlement. You already getting stamps. You know what I mean? You got a man that's coming, and I'm not knocking it. You know what I mean? But now on top of that, you want a father that's doing what he's doing for his son to now also chip in with your other kids and then have a problem with it, then throw the shit at his face. Like, that entitlement shit is not cool. And we can't be like pacifying these Jones with that, because one of the questions is like, what if he brought his son some sneakers or whatever the case may be? Like, everybody, you know what I mean? You expect him to bring everybody some sneakers? Like, we gotta be realistic. Like, you know
but what I'm saying is the way that she was acting is more like, probably, and let's go back to y'all original topic about gender roles. See, I hate a lame, soft-ass nigga. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when you a soft-ass nigga, people gonna play with you, whether you in prison, whether you at work, whether you in school, they gonna play with you. You gotta stand your ground in so many different ways, and just for yourself. So what I feel like, I just feel just from how they engaging, he probably was a yes man while they was together, and now he wised up, and he's not doing things.
Man.
I don't think
What are you talking about, man?
He's not doing the things that he not doing the things that he used to do, like when she was with him, and now she's talking about.
We don't even know their situation. The sister just said she might have been a one night stand. We don't even know that. What are you talking about?
But
you
here's the other thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm just saying, we don't. First of all, we don't know that part. You know what I'm saying about it.
Now,
but
my opinion is wrong, but yours is right. Man, get the fuck out of here.
No, yeah. I bet. No, listen, hold on, real quick. Listen, real quick. I'm standing on what I said though. I ain't say nothing different, but we needed to hear it from a sister that has the same experience. I'm a black man that has that experience, that it's in a similar situation. This is a black woman that had that similar situation. We both saying the same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. What I'm saying too is you gotta experience some of this shit. It sounds great. You can read it out of a book and what a man's supposed to do and all that. Nigga, if you ain't been through that situation, you don't have a clue how you gonna handle it.
That's cap.
You don't have a clue how it's gonna go down.
But listen, that's cap. That's cap. That's cap.
Trust me. No, that's not cap.
Bring stuff. My youngest son father would come, bring toys, bring this, bring that. But the thing is that I made sure that my older two sons had what they needed. So whatever he brought was extra for him. They didn't miss nothing.
That's fine.
Because I kept that covered.
That's
you get what I'm saying? My older two boys, their father wasn't in their life because he wasn't with me. He didn't want to participate. And that's cool. You do what you do. I'm not mad at what you do, but guess what? My sons, when it came down to eat,
sis, I'm gonna take it a step further. I'm gonna take it a step further. Just like how you said you could read her, I can read that situation too.
Oh my gosh, no objection. I just tried to read the situation.
No, hold on,
we don't know the situation.
Chad, hold on, real quick. I'm gonna tell you the situation. My man brings his son some food on a regular basis to have that bond. New York in the building, we see you. To build that bond, you see somebody shouting you out to build that bond, right? He bringing his son food every single day. He seemed to be, that's a man that's responsible. He probably would prefer to have his son.
Objection. I mean, probably. How do you prove
hold on. Chad, chill. I got you. He probably would prefer to have his son. She probably is in a position where she would be better off allowing her son to go with him. But because she wants to be whatever, she wants to have control, because women want to have control, because you can get extra stamps, you know what I mean? Because you can, you know what I mean, play these games, these mind games with kids and all that. You'd rather have a son. But for real, if you don't have enough to get your child a McDonald's Happy Meal your damn self, then maybe you should let him go with his son. And I'm sure he probably want to have his son. Who wants to drive over to her house every single day and have to go through that? So we got to look at things deeper on that aspect too.
But I have a question. Why do you call a gentleman a lame ass nigga though? That's what I'm trying to understand. How from what you saw, he's lame?
Well, I digress because here we're not playing.
Oh, don't digress.
We're not playing.
Don't digress now, nigga.
Don't digress.
I'm not allowed. Listen, I'm not allowed to have. I'm not allowed to have an opinion from a different perspective.
No, sir. The reason why I'm asking because there are different perceptions of what you guys call them, lames and what's the S word y'all call them? Simps. So I'm trying to understand what's your perception of that, and why do you say that? Like, what classifies that from your perspective? Like,
well, well, you know, some white people that hate black people and can't explain why they don't like them. I'm gonna just tell you this: I don't like a man who doesn't. For real, I don't really like nobody who don't speak up for themselves. But I just think that in a dynamic, a man should run the whole situation. Now, partnership is key. Now, when I say run, I don't mean he's just. What was the word we was using? He has dominion over the whole house. But I just think that
so you mean he doesn't have to be an aggressive alpha male?
Right. It's just gotta be. It's like stand back. I got this. You know, you got something, and I feel like this. Listen, and this is my opinion. This is studies that I did in my own head, and y'all can disagree or agree. I just feel like certain women who have strong fathers are usually that way, right? So, like, if you got a strong father, you come from a strong father, and you seeing your dad carry it, you come in aggressive. And I'm gonna just say this: like a lot of, just opinion. A lot of people, like a lot of women from New York, come off aggressive. That doesn't mean that they're not, but it's just that vibe. And I just feel like when you allow somebody to take advantage of you. And you don't have, it's hard to get it back when it's too late. And I just feel like now, if your dynamic is, I give my wife what she wants, I'm carrying it, I'm a multimillionaire, I don't care as long as my wife happy, that's something totally different. But when she's checking you and doinking you, it's a different vibe that come with that. And I don't think that's a position that we should be in as men. That's just how I look at it.
Okay, so let me say
I'm going to chime in at the end.
Let's take money out the equation, because I heard you mention money quite a few times. Money has nothing to do with anything. There are females who are dealing with men who have money and run their ass.
For sure.
Okay.
So 1 second.
That was from what Maul said. Maul said the boss pay the boss. That's what Maul was saying earlier. That's why I said that.
If you
totally
are
different conversation. Go ahead, sister.
Who doesn't like the drama, who doesn't want to deal with the bullshit, because let's keep it real, it's not just women, it's men as well that will give up all type of fever for the dumbest shit. Like, if you got somebody who's a narcissist and a toxic person, that's just who they are. Period. So now you got a child in place, you have to deal with this female on some level. Men that I have noticed and have encountered and counseled will rather retreat from the situation than to stand up and be like, you know what, I'm just going to fight for my kid. Because the battle sometimes can be so stressful. On top of the fact that now I'm a 911 dispatcher, so it's a lot of men who's trying to commit suicide.
You breaking up a little bit.
Somebody probably calling her.
No, she is nailing it. She is that's basically the direction I was about to go in.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna tag in. I'm gonna tag in off the top ropes. Oh, go ahead. Where you at? Go ahead.
Some men who some people just don't like. I don't like arguing and this, that, and the other, because I know if I start arguing. So if you know that, and you know your pressure points, you know what's gonna push you, I'll be like, you know what, it ain't even worth it. Because my son's father used to do that to me all the time. He'll wait till we get in the street and start wilding out I give my son a kiss on the forehead, so have a good time with your dad, because I'm gonna leave, because if I stay here,
I'm gonna go off.
Situation, and I don't want you to see your mother like this. You get what I'm saying? Because I will fight him. I will go blow to blow with his ass. He may whip my ass, but I'm gonna take his ass to the bridge.
But
you know
look,
so why do that? and put my son through that, and have my son see his parents go through some dumb shit like that over the fact just because. I'm not doing
But that's important what you said in terms of getting back to Chad saying I don't like to see, you know what I mean? What you said, what was the term you used, Chad?
I don't remember. My phone was tripping out.
You know that. What did he say? A weak ass nigga, something I don't know. But
A
anyway,
sucker.
a sucker, yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of times in chat, this is where I said the experience comes in at. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And no, I'm being real with you. I'm being real with you because I'm gonna tell you, like I've always looked at things on a up and up. You know what I mean? And in a certain way, a certain standard. But when you getting into, you know what I mean, child disputes and things of that nature, it's a war. And you know what I mean? It be a lot that goes on. And again, if he was standing in front of another man and a man threw food that he got for his kids in his face, 9 times out of 10, he probably would have rumbled him. You know what I mean? But because, you know what I mean, his ex is a woman, you know what I mean, he had to take a different approach. But that's how you have to handle a lot of situations when you're going back and forth, when you're battling with children, whether it's in a courtroom, whether it's this, whether it's that. So, yeah, it may appear he been, you know, I don't know, soft or whatever, but a lot of times men will retreat as opposed to just turning up and getting violent, because he would have been wrong if he'd have just slapped the shit out of her because she threw something in his face. You know what I mean? Now, maybe from your standard, that might have been the right thing to do as a man. But
don't put words in my mouth. You asked me.
You said he was a weak nigga. I'm just saying. I don't want to judge you.
What would
We're
you
not
do
here
in
to
that
judge you.
situation?
Chad, it's okay.
Listen, we go in every week. I'm not
here to judge you, Chad. If slapping the shit out of her, and
but if I was a woman, I'll beat your ass.
I'm not, you know what I mean? Or you would have picked it up and threw it back at her. That's cool. I get all of that. But what I'm saying is, most times with men, we do have to retreat and step away from not, you know what I mean, taking it to that next level, being violent and all of that, you know, and then that leads to, you know, jail or other things, and that's the position a lot of times when you're in those courts and stuff like that. It get real tricky. A lot of things that standard that you had and those high hopes and all of that, the stuff you was thinking about and how things should go and the standard of a man and all of those things, a lot of that shit get kicked right out the door. Trust me, because it's a battle. You know what I mean? So
for sure,
I'm just saying, I don't look at him any differently. I understand where he's coming from. I didn't feel like, and again, a lot of this is speculation, people. I didn't feel like it was from a bad place, because he even agreed with her. Hey, listen, just have him come outside. We just eating here together. He even said, I can see if you had 1 or 2 kids, but you got 3. Like, again, that could have been a money situation on his behalf. Like, I just can't do that every day.
But do you see how
$5 a day and $20 a day, you know, might be different. You know what I mean? Depending upon the circumstances. So I didn't look at him, and you know what I mean? And I didn't see no weakness on that type of time from that. But if he did do it, and I'm sure he may have done it occasionally, I don't know, that would have been cool. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm the same way with you.
Was there, because some women will. I got a man here. I'm a cook. You know, we're gonna do breakfast. Blah blah. She probably was cooking every day, but she not doing that. He ain't there.
Well, a home cooked meal does not compare to McDonald's any day.
It's real slick.
Not
it's
to
still,
a kid
it's
anyway.
still food. I mean, it's food. You know what I mean?
To get back to your and I think that this is super important when we talk about you guys' original topic about like what is see how I brought that back for you like a round trip.
Thanks, appreciate that, Chad.
but to see how we all had different opinions. Well, actually, Maul didn't have an opinion. He just jumped on an opinion that he felt like whatever. That's what he does. He doesn't agree with me at all, and I always got his back. But nonetheless, we have 2 opinions. Me and this young Nubian New York queen. This is all based upon our perspectives and our opinions and how we look at things. So when you look at gender roles, it's all opinion and subjective based things that work for you anyway, right? So like, you know, I like to do 50-50, like as far as the roles. Like I like to do 50-50 because I did the paying everything. And I didn't at the time. I think I'm a little bit more mature, being honest with you guys. I'm more mature, but when I was doing it younger, I wasn't mature enough to handle it because I felt entitlement and obligations of things I should have received until the shit was on the other foot and I was a house dad, right? Because I'm coming home from work. I'm making all of this money. I'm coming home from work. I'm like, why do it smell like a Pamper in here? Why ain't this clean? Why is my food not done, right? All of this entitlement because I'm making all of the money. But when I became the guy who had to stay home, right? It go from 7:30 to 9:30 to 2:30, and all you did was get up. So I understand how some days just get past you. So I felt like since I was paying all the bills, all of this shit should be done. So when I realized that I couldn't handle it now, I would try to go back to it now because I'm a little bit older. And it was crazy because it's like I come home, I should get a dick suck. If I don't get a dick suck, I'm in the streets. Huh?
Nah, but you should though.
Yeah,
you
we know
should get a
that.
hot
We
milk.
know every day is National Dick Suck Day. We know that. But at the time, what I'm saying is it take a certain type of person to do that.
Nah.
Like a man who wants, some men, their intentions different. You got a guy who want to pay all the bills. Ask him why he want to pay all the bills. Because I got so much money, I don't want you to have to work. Okay, that's different than if I pay all the bills. I can really be the narcissist. I can hide behind the narcissist or the control that I have because I pay all the bills, and then I'll find a weak woman and take over because she knows she need me versus wanting me. No matter how much I love my wife, I want my wife. I don't need my wife, and that mentality changes things. I want her to want me and not need me. Want me real bad, but when you need somebody, I need my crutch because my leg is broke. I need a wheelchair. That's different. That's a different type of thing. So for me, it just depends on what you. Me and my wife, it's crazy dynamics. I cannot do dishes. I've been traumatized by dishes when I was a kid. I used to have to do dishes at my dad's house. I would be at my mom's house for 6 months. Don't even go to my dad's house. He'll call me, hey son, when you get out of school, come to the crib. I get to the crib, he not there. It's dishes from the floor to the ceiling. Son, wash these. Why? Why do I got? I've never been here, so I just said when I get older, I'm never washing a fucking dish. So me and my wife went through that. So my gender role is I don't wash dishes, but it's certain things that she don't have to do. She don't like the back.
Okay. Well, now when it comes to that gender roles, I think that
one of the I'm sorry.
You guys have a conversation because you got to know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And there are some, and then there are times when it's even sexier if y'all doing it together. If y'all cooking together, doing it together. I mean, I might want to squeeze a little something. You know what I mean? You know, okay. So I might, while we in the middle of the laundry, I might go down and just decide that I want to get a dish. I want to get some of the clothes, but I might stop for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. On the way. You know what I'm saying? Like I might, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got a question for you ladies, if you guys don't mind. Most guys, right, don't have a long list. Like if you put a piece of paper, both sides, what a guy needs as far as their requirement and what his wife or his girlfriend needs. More times than none, the woman's lines will start bleeding over to the men's side. We don't really ask for much, and unless if you got a ring light and you a man, I worry about you. But
I'm on a ring light right now, nigga.
Well, we're gonna say because you're a barber. But any nigga who got a ring light, I'm worried about you. But you don't count because you're a barber. But in all seriousness, our list is very minimal. Like we don't ask for much. We might say, just a hot meal and peace sometime, or the remote. You know what I'm saying? Or rub my feet once in a while. So with that being said, how often should a guy receive fellatio from his woman?
Shit, every day. But that's just me.
But that's just me. Every day. Okay. Now, is that because that's rule or that's something that you enjoy to do? And I'm not trying to get too personal, but is that do you feel like that's an obligation or that's something you like to do? Because it's different.
No,
if you like to clean clothes, you can't say, I like to clean clothes.
Obligation is a show of appreciation.
Amen.
That goes along with the massage because you got to have a happy ending. Why? Because that man go out there and work hard for me.
Right. Leave it empty. Just leave the sack empty. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure y'all say this loud.
Well, relax.
What I'm talking about.
Every time he hit the street.
Yes.
So relax. Yes. So when he come home,
first
of all, what he looking for out in the street? If he coming home to big ass, I ain't got time. I'm gonna make Bill is cook. What if we cooking together? And if we cooking together, hey, you might get a little something extra. I'm just that's just
right. So
I'm sorry. I'm from Trinidad, so listen.
So when we talk about a relationship of 50-50, right? And we talk about fellatio for a man, this is a great topic. I appreciate the opportunity.
Oh,
and we're
good.
talking about fellatio for a man, and we're talking 50-50 in relationship. Is fellatio for a man and fellatio for a woman binded, or is it a separate entity, right?
Which
so like
y'all head? Is that what you trying to say, Chad? Like,
no,
which
I'm just saying, like, so is
which y'all
getting
dick suck?
right the ratio. So like, is it if I get a dick suck, I got it, each a vagina? Like, is it that, or is it
What's y'all thing? That's a good question, Chad. If we love head, like, what's the thing that y'all would like on a daily basis if y'all had to choose? You know what I mean? That's a good question, Chad.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
No, because it might be some times when I listen. It's not my day. It's not my time. It's for you. It's all about you right now.
I love that song by Maya and Cisco.
I mean, that's just what it is. Sometimes, like, there's females out here be like, I don't need a man. I don't listen. Them females, I ain't friends with none of them. I'm 1,000. I need a man. I grew up in a household with both my parents. You know what I mean? But I need a man. Why? Because I need somebody who I'm going to support. He's going to support me. We building something together. We building an empire together. Let's do this thing here together. That's my partner. So when he's out there, he's like, yo, Reese, you ain't got to pay no bills, this, that, and the other. Okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a decision on whose salary we're going to live on. And with our salary, we're going to stack, we're going to invest. That's what we're doing. I'm not about out here saying I gotta have Birkin bags. Why? Because if I ain't putting that same, why do I need a $30,000 fucking pocketbook? Like, why do I need that? I don't care how much money I have. Why do I need a $30,000 pocketbook?
That's a fact.
Why?
Shut up, Chad.
Why do I need that? I wouldn't even charge nobody $30,000 for no damn bag. Why?
So do we have to educate young women and women, period, not young 30, 40?
Yeah, absolutely. Because now everybody's in this Insta lifestyle that and these men is like, you got to bring all of this to the table and you got to bring all of that to the table. And then this female's like, I'm bringing pussy. I'm bringing hugs. I'm bringing this. I've seen some females who look like The Walking Dead and they put that makeup on, they whole new motherfucker.
That's a fact.
So you got to bring more than that. Because all of that stuff dies. What are you bringing for longevity, though? Yeah, what are you bringing? Men and some of these young guys, and I don't know how old you guys, and you guys' mindset might be totally different. But you telling me to bring something to the table, or what I'm doing is not worthy. But when y'all had real women out here who didn't have body augmentations and all of those things, y'all bypassed them by for the people who had that shit, that made up stuff.
Well, I agree with you 100%, but I just don't want to get away. I don't think we really put our imprint on fellatio. I just want to get back to that before we get off the topic.
Sorry.
I'm saying, like, should we educate people on the importance of it for a man, not the actual job, because people make it seem like it's a chore, and it's really not. Like, for a man, that's our only time that, like, yo, if we have sexual intercourse is two people. This is the only time where you on your throne and you really, unless it's satisfying her in a different way, but this is our opportunity to get what's for us, because we give y'all everything. A majority of us do anyway. So I just want to go ahead.
That goes on the man. That depends on the man, because if you make it feel like a job, then I don't want to do it.
Come on, we all experience the hand on the ear. The hand on the ear head.
No, real talk. If you make me feel like it's a job, if you make me feel like that's something that I have to do, if it's not something, when you want a woman to do something for you, you ain't got to give her all these different types of things. Be good to her. Treat her right.
For sure.
You be good, it's going to be good to you. Again, my man is good to me. So I'm grateful to him. And he go out there, he got to hustle on this, that, and everything. I absolutely want him to relax home. I want him to always come home. So he gonna get a full body massage after he take his shower. He gonna get his hot meal. He gonna get that massage with a happy ending.
So
Mm.
so the
Top, bottom, or whichever one he wanted out of. He
so
supposed
you
to
But
have
I want to say this real quick. That real quick.
no say what you want to
Like
say. This your shit. I
honestly,
ain't.
listen.
no, he don't
No.
all the time.
No. I'm just saying. I really we gotta do some mentoring because on our live we be having like a lot of the women, including Cherie, that have like experience in relationships or just life experience, like y'all perspectives be so fucking on point. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I wish that was the type of mentality that was pushed through some of the younger, you know what I mean, women that's coming up, because I feel like the relationships, you know what I'm saying, will be a lot better just hearing from somebody seasoned saying, shorty, you don't need a $30,000 bag or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like some of those things is jewels, but it's getting lost in the sauce of either social media or, you know what I mean, Real Housewives and all that. You know what I mean? Everybody got it, you know, like we living in that world where it's not exactly realistic to the masses. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
But like what you saying, like that shit is really connecting. Not just now, but even when we was just talking about the whole, you know, the whole custody situation with the McDonald's, like seasoned women like really need to be speaking to the upcoming young ladies because
They
I'm
don't
telling
listen.
you,
So
I'm telling you.
the questions that I have for young people when I do my mentoring, right, is take
Okay.
away everything. Close your eyes, go blank.
Okay.
What do you care about? Like, what do you like? You and I challenge them, and I keep asking them, like, what do you care about? Because it took me till I was about, I'm not gonna lie, 26 to really figure out what I cared about. I used to buy sneakers every week. I would buy a pair of sneakers for myself, then my wife would buy me every other week. Then I started to realize, like, why are you doing this? It gives me some type of status. It gives me an opportunity not to have to talk and have a perception created that I'm so fresh to death. And what comes with that is me being out here
Big Bentley.
being a trick. So what I realized is, like, you got to sit down with yourself and figure out what you like, not what you impressioned by. Because I just challenged my daughter. My daughter came to me yesterday. She's 13, and she said, "Dad, can you buy me a Central sweatsuit?" I said, "Why?" She said, "Dad, you always being so difficult. I just want one." I said, "But why though? Everything has a reason." She couldn't answer it, so I said, "I can't
Man,
buy
if
it
you
for
don't
you."
get a damn sweatsuit from
No,
Essentials, man, come on, man.
but listen. She went to a dinner with her girlfriends, and I picked her up. They all had them on. I would have rather her say because all my friends had them, and I want to be like them. I would have rather that.
Okay.
But to say I don't know, that means you don't have an idea of why you like it, because it's not for you. It's just because everybody else. The same girl who told me, "Dad, when you go to the mall today, just get me a pair of Jordans." I said, "All right, which ones?" She said, "Anyone." In her mind, she think every pair of Jordans is decent. So if I would have came to the house with some Derek Jeter Jordans or some Jumpmans,
We got to jump me.
she would have been hyped until she got to school and they start clowning her. Not to say that you should care about what other people think, but it's so hard to uncloud a clouded mind. You know,
But
like,
the conversation that you have to have with your daughter is, okay, so now do you worry about status? You worrying about what your other friends are wearing? Because listen, there's some parents out here who buying all these high price stuff and they fucking can't pay rent.
But that's the craziest part about being a parent. I'm not teaching her this for now because she's not going to understand it. We all wanted to be just like our friends. This is something that she's going to realize when she's 30.
I promise. Plant the seed, honey. All you have to do is plant the seed.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, because I ain't realized. My mom used to be yelling, "Everybody get the fuck out of my house. If you can't clean, don't touch shit."
That's a
and
fact.
I didn't realize that. Like, yo, you out here tripping until I got the crib. You know what it felt like? You clean a whole house spot and spick and span, and your kid come down and put their slipper in the middle of the floor. Like, what? It's a different feeling. So you got to experience those things. But I'm not scared to die, but I don't know when I'm going to die. So my thing is, like you said, I plant the seed. So, dang, my dad told me about this. Because a lot of us is too confident, like we're going to be here forever, and we so chill about teaching our kids. You got to teach them niggas, man, now. Because it's a situation where I got a homie who got a girlfriend. She nice. She's a beautiful person. He loves this girl. She about like 340 pounds. I mean, he come to the house 3 o'clock in the morning. They playing Uno. They playing Scrabble. He love her, right? But during the day, he got this other joint. She's super bad. I mean, she is a bad woman. Like, she looks really well. But she an airhead inside. But when you are a person who are not confident in yourself, A woman who got her body done, got her lips done, got that Birkin bag, gives a man this status that he's like a man versus his happiness. A lot of people just with her just because she got a nice body, and it's so shallow. Like, we are really shallow as people, where we don't really search for our own happiness. Niggas get dressed, and like back in the day, everything we used to do was for a woman. You get your hair cut for a woman. You make sure your ears is clean because you don't want to talk to no girl. She's like, ew, your ears dirty, your fingernails clean, all that. Now niggas get dressed to go in the club and look at other niggas.
So
I'm
okay,
like, what part of the game is that?
since you mentioned that, let me answer me this. I've been curious.
Maul, no, he a little older in season, as he says.
Lowry's. Go ahead. I'm sorry, baby.
Oxtail seasoning, man. Oxtail. Tell me how
that curry.
Why men say hoes over bros. Well, bros over hoes. So why would a man choose to be more loyal to their homeboys than to their woman?
Go ahead, Maul. You go first. I'll go after you.
And then mad when not loyal to him.
It's not like that no more.
No, yeah, I think
okay.
I think that's maybe young guys, you know what I mean, when they're in the dating stage, or when they just playing the field stage, you know what I mean? I think that's what it is, because when you have a partner and that's your teammate, it's really like it's gang over everything. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I think that changes with maturity for sure. But I wanted to chime in. I mean, I wanted to hit on that again. For all of the women that's in this live, you know what I mean? With the many experiences that you have, I see Big Bentley in the building, and she definitely does mentoring for young women. I really urge y'all, you know, to mentor a young lady. You know, a lot of times, guys, we get those opportunities because we might coach football. You know, as a barber, I'm cutting and I'm teaching, and you know, they hearing our conversations. I'm not sure how it is in the salon if y'all get an opportunity to kind of like groom some of the young women, but I'm really impressed by some of the perspectives, you know what I'm saying, that some of our seasoned women that have, you know, lived through and had experiences in this living now, you know, with a different perspective. Same thing with us as men. We looked at things totally different when we was coming up. And now, you know what I mean, you know, I need to shed my wisdom on to the next generation so they can have a better perspective when they're making decisions. But I don't always see that with young ladies. And to hear some of the stuff that you and Cherie saying, that some of the other women that was on this live saying, like, I'm really proud of our Black women, especially our women that have found a way to continue to build relationships, you know what I'm saying? And like figure things out, because, you know, if you need to humble yourself in a certain type of way to even be in a relationship. Yeah. So that humility is like the jewel that's missing in a lot of our youth, whether it's young men or young women, you know, and that needs to be spread. I'm really proud of our women based off of the conversation that I'm hearing y'all saying. So like, y'all need to share that. Y'all need to continue to share that.
Calling me seasoned and not an old ass lady.
No, you ain't. Listen,
wine,
hey, look. We don't care what your age is. When you start talking about head, your inboxes is probably flooded right now. They don't give a damn. Trust me. You know what I mean?
So,
listen.
So, Maul,
trust me. So we ain't gonna go there. You know what I mean? We love our women.
Years old, so he's 20 years younger than me.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Maul, this is something I want to do. I challenge us to think about this in a different way, right? I think that we should have one standard for men. Like,
okay,
men do this, men do this. This is the one standard. And I think there's a misconception based upon male versus man. I was reading the book about Male versus Man by DeAndre Whitfield. It's a difference. Like, a man is one standard. Man gonna hold it down. He's gonna take care of his family. He's gonna do everything he gotta do. He's gonna protect and provide. But then you got males. A male, only thing that make you a male is dick and balls. But a man ain't dick and balls. A man is how you carry it. It's your mindset. It's your actions as a predicate. I taught you that word. I know you don't know. It's the actions that we do. And I just think that we have to re-show people what that is. Because just because you grow up a boy, it don't make you a man just because you're 33. Don't make you a man because you're 40. How you acting makes you a man. A male is just, And it's so many issues that we all have that we all gotta, you know. And the hardest thing is, the bad thing is, some of us know our issues and won't do nothing about it. And that's the worst type of person. When you know what's wrong with you and you don't do nothing about it, then that's the issue, man. And if you don't know how to do something about it, that's something different. But yeah, man, you know, I hear people say I got daddy issues, but I don't care. Like, all right, so what are you doing to fix these if you know that these things are enabling you from your happiness, or this has something to do with the type of men that you pick, or how you date, or what you look for in a man, or what you...
I'm gonna tell you why, you know, it's easy to not fix shit, because with social media, you always have somebody that's they're gonna congratulate the dumb shit. Right. So, you know, if you ignorant and you get on, you know what I mean, social media, yeah, girl, bust them windows out.
Right.
And it's
while
like,
you at home with a happy husband and family, right?
You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like, no, there's no accountability. People are cheering on the wrongest shit. And so it's easy for you to say, well, shit, my anger issue. Matter of fact, I'm getting views off my anger issue. So shit.
Did you say the wrongest?
The wrongest. You know what I mean?
So we gotta hold each other accountable. We're not doing that today. We're not gonna say wrongest.
Wrongest.
Right. We're not gonna say
keep up now. Use your context clues. Use your context clues, beloved. But you know, I think that's what happens is the bullshit gets condoned. You know what I mean? Right. And you know, you always have an audience that's going to cheer you on, regardless if you're being thorough or if you're not being thorough.
You know, the impact of social media for adults is so enabling. Like, you got adults 30, 40, 50 thinking they're not good enough based upon the things that they see on social media, right? So why do we allow our kids to do it? We are not even grown enough to be able to see these things and unsee them. This stuff affects us. So my kids call me a dinosaur because I don't allow them to have social media. Because it's you can't control what you see. Like, that's just like, you know, you tell your kids to watch Elmo ABCs with Usher. That come on, right before that come on, Viagra commercial come right on. Like, where's the placement?
God damn.
Like, where's the placement? Like, it's nothing solid. It's like,
there's no filter.
It's no filter. Like, you could send your kid. I was thinking about this. Like, I seen something funny that my daughter do, like the tortilla challenge. I was thinking about doing it, but I was thinking about sending her the link to it. But I know if she clicked that link, she can swipe up, and then another whole video of Megan Thee Stallion gonna come up. Then something else, and then it's just like, we can't handle it as adults. So why do we allow our kids to be on it? And I know it's hard because all our kids' friends is on it. If they go to the mall with their friends, they're gonna be on their phones. They do so much. Like, they share Instagrams and passwords. My daughter got an Instagram. She don't think I know, but I know. And I know how they do it, but it's just weird, man.
I think this is very important. I think being grounded, I think connecting with yourself, understanding your purpose, you know what I mean, your why, understanding your position, you know, is very important. You can't, and it goes both ways with social media. You can't let people tear you down. You got to know yourself. And you can't let people pipe you up. You got to know yourself. My man on here said, like, basically, a lot of females is living off of Justin LeBoy quotes. You know what I mean? Like everybody is moving, whatever direction social media swings, people are moving. So we had a live a couple of weeks ago, and, you know, I was dismissing a lot of what the crowd was suggesting. You know what I mean? And
oh my gosh, Sheree.
But I wanna be clear on this. But the reason why is because I'm connected to what my purpose is within my household, you know what I mean, within my family. So I'm not going to be easily swayed by, you know what I mean, a group of just random people that are chiming in off of a snapshot of a conversation about what we got going on. And I think that's important. We have to instill, like, get to know who you are, like really connect with what your purpose is. You know what I mean? Because if not, you'll be swayed left and right. You know what I mean? You'll be swayed by the crowd left and right.
Sheree, stop it. Don't let this happen. Please don't let him say that. Because he's wrong. He's so wrong.
Yeah, it was. Everybody still was trying to keep it with the Joneses, but in a different way. So you can still have the social media, but it's still about how you utilize it and teach them how to utilize it. But it can't consume you, because people are consumed by the likes. I mean, I get phone calls on somebody didn't like me. You know, I didn't get 100 likes. And so now they ready to commit suicide. This shit is crazy. language because now he in the house with the kids. But it's insane.
Well, can I say this? I need your opinion.
Okay.
Because what Maul tries to do is every other week, right? He becomes Simon Cowell every other week. And then a nice, beautiful, smart lady will get on here and he take the side of that woman and he say pro-woman, women gotta do this, pro-choice. He does that. And it just doesn't sit well with me because he's right, but it's so much of a brown nose move. So I just want to go back to what he was saying about how he was trying to correlate these two narratives, and I want you to chime in a little bit if possible. So what he was trying to say was, you need to know who you are, forget what everybody else is saying, and be you. That is so true when we're talking about social media. But if I can recollect, we were talking about him not listening to his wife, right? 50 people got on here and told him he was wrong. He's going to say, this is just like social media. It's not the same thing. I just want to make sure that we're clear on this. That it's not the same thing.
So you don't listen to your wife?
Yes.
Not correct.
Tell what
That's
happened.
not correct.
Okay.
What?
I gotta listen to my wife. That's my partner. It's not even possible the way how we move.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not even possible. But so when we was having a conversation,
you got fear of law, man. You got fear of law.
When we was having a conversation, they was coming across like they knew my wife somehow more than I did.
Okay.
And that ain't, and that's impossible. So
my goodness.
when I decide to listen to from my wife, you know what I mean? I have enough background and understanding of our situation to decide, you know what I mean, what we going, you know what I mean, what I'm going to kind of rock out with and work on at that time or not, you know what I mean?
Miss Seasoning, what's your name? I'm sorry, what's your name?
Sharice.
Miss Sharice, listen, I understand what he said right there, but objection. We were not trying to tell him about what he got going on. His wife was trying to tell him what was going on. This had nothing to do with information I got. We were only given the information that she gave. She was on here in tears. And I'm not going to allow him to do this. I'm not going to allow him to do this.
She be crying about a lot of stuff.
Oh my God. I never seen her cry on this live, but that one time.
She cried a few times on this joint. It might have
You would have thought Mariah Carey Hero was on. I was like,
she wasn't. You full of shit, nigga. You full of shit.
That means that
his brother.
Because I'm asking the question because I wasn't there for that conversation, so I'm just asking curiosity. When you speak with your wife or when you and your wife are discussing certain things, do you not take her opinions or her suggestions to heart, or do you just blow it off? Say and blow it off.
No, so it depends.
Oh, why does it depend?
It depends. So the reason why it depends is because, you know, sometimes we'll have a discussion about something, and this is just like in general, and we may have the wrong perception of something. So if it's something that we're talking about and she has the wrong perception of, I'm not gonna get as upset about it because I know she's not looking at it with the right perception. So if it's something that's in front of us,
you tell her what her perception should be.
Ooh, this is getting good.
So let me give you an example. You ready for this?
Okay, I'm ready.
So I'll give you examples. So the other day, you know what I mean, she called and it's just a random example, but I do this. But so the other day she called and she had got into a car accident, you know what I mean, a little fender bender, not major, you know what I mean, but got into a fender bender. So she called me while I'm at work, and the first thing I said to her was, you know what I mean, are you okay? You know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, I'm okay. The girl, she must have been tripping this and the third. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll listen to her, whatever. But, you know, for me, you know, I explained to her, like, listen, at the end of the day, and we've been here before, we got insurance, you know what I mean? As long as you're all fine, then don't even worry about it. So I'm not going to put a whole lot of emotional energy, you know what I'm saying? God damn, Chad, you got to wrap a gift while I'm having a heartfelt conversation, my nigga.
I'm sorry, I'm getting my medicine for tonight.
I'm not going to go into, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of emotional energy with that, as long as I know that she's cool. You know what I mean? We got our insurance, and that's that. So that's just an example. Like, you know, certain things. She might be like, you know, like not in this particular situation, she might be in her feelings about it. You know what I mean? That girl, she was wrong, or he was wrong, this and that. And I'm like, it's cool. Don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily dismissing her, but I'm not going to take on the same energy with it, because my main concern is her. And if she's cool, you know what I mean, and I know we covered, then everything else from there, you can vent and all of that. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put a whole lot of emotional stake into it, because I know you good. That's my main focus.
Okay, so at that moment, you just dismissed her. You made her feelings and what she was going through invalid.
Okay.
The fact that you are her partner and the only person who she felt that can console her shut her down.
Okay.
So that's something that I want to be able to say what I need to say. I appreciate you asking if I'm all right. But
Mm-hmm.
I need to get this off of me. Why? Because you don't really, I'm trying to express to you my emotional, how I'm feeling right now, because I'm in shock. I got into a fender bender. You know, I'm panicking. So it's a lot of different emotions that's going on. No, I don't expect you to address it all. However, allow my time to vent, to express it to you. Don't dismiss it. Don't shut me down. Now you made space that she feels, now I can't talk to you about certain things. I have to be limited to how I express certain things to you. So if I get, the next time I'm in a car accident and you say, is everybody okay? Now I might lie and say, yeah. Because I know that if I express anything further than that, you're going to shut me down. So you have to leave a safe space for your wife. Now, granted, I understand that you're at work. Your wife got into an accident. You know what? I need 5 minutes. You could allow her the 5 minutes, or even the 3 or 4 minutes, to say what she needed to say, and say, okay, dear, we're going to talk about it further. But just as long as you guys are okay, you allow her to say what she needs to say. She feels validated. She feels that is not just a shutdown. That is not just, okay, at least he asked, you know, as a man, it's like, I asked the most important question. I asked if she was all right. So that's the most important question. No, I need you to hear it, and I'm freaking out right now.
Got you.
I'm tripping right now, and I need my partner. I need my husband. I need my comforter. I need my protector to hear me. That's all it is. But
Man, I respect that. You know what I mean? I don't. You know, I respect that. I can't really go too deep into it. You know what I'm saying?
Ask her.
If that's what you need, yeah. Like in that particular situation, you know what I mean? I would have to ask, like, did you feel like I dismissed you in that situation?
Absolutely. Ask her that, and then you
No,
guys.
I'm asking her now.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing now. Did you feel like I dismissed you?
I mean, well, that particular situation probably is not what would have. You do dismiss me with a lot of different things, but not that in particular.
Okay. Yeah, because we chopped it up a little bit.
This is your wife up here.
Huh? Yeah.
This is your wife up top.
Hey. Yeah. So yeah, so in that situation, like I said, we chopped it up or whatever. You know what I mean? We had she had like my sister-in-law in the car, and we chopped up, we laughed about it a little something. But like I said, like for guys, and I'm learning this, you know what I'm saying? But it's like for guys, like I want to be there when things are most severe. And when they're not, you know what I'm saying? I have to learn at times to still, like you said, what you said, leave some space for what? What'd you say?
Give her the safe space.
Okay, like give her a little safe space. Because I mean, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'll be going through a lot of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that I might be dealing with. And I don't always have the luxury of being able to kind of like express that, you know what I mean? So I guess I've learned how to deal with, you know what I'm saying, certain like major things or whatever the case may be, and just kind of like go with it from there.
Are you understanding the roles of your not your relationship, but it's important for us to understand the roles of our relationship and the part that we play. Like if my wife
don't be trying to piggyback off of Sharice.
Well, first of all,
I'm in my safe space. Go ahead. Don't try to tag team, nigga. Y'all ain't no team. Y'all ain't no partners. No, she
First of all,
rocking out
I'm
with
not
me.
saying
That's my
nothing
partner.
different that I didn't say.
I'm listening to my partner. No. Sharice, you got anything else you got to say?
What we're going to do is we're going to send you the link from 2 weeks ago. We're going to send you this link. We're going to ask Miss Cherie to send you the link so you can see all of the nonsense and you can see everything that I just said. It's just a mirror image of what I was saying 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? So I just want you to see what type of guy he is, because he is tripolar, not bipolar, tripolar.
See,
right?
look. Hey,
And
Sharice,
then,
he like the woman. He trying to expose a good brother. You know what I mean? Look at him.
ultimately,
You like the
you're a very
McDonald's
great
girl.
brother.
You the McDonald's
You
girl,
are-
ain't you? You're trying to
you are
expose a
very-
good brother.
You are a very good brother. I'm going to say you're a very good brother. But what I'm going to say is, I think I am the most even-fared person that actually walked the earth. I do like to start trouble. That's just one of the things I do. I like to, start trouble and beef. That's just what I do. I am the lover of hip-hop of Philadelphia.
Call the man a lame.
But it's all in love and actually getting to the ending result where we all can take a deep breath and say, I agree, or I understand what you're saying. That's what I've been going to therapy for. I've been a licensed therapist for about 6 months now. And the goal is to do not what happened, but what we can do. No, it's mental. It's not real. But what we can do now since that happened. Understand both perspectives. We might not always agree, but everybody wants to be heard. And you, not you, all of us have to understand our roles in people's lives. If you're a financial person, you know that person is calling you to borrow money. If your wife is I'm going to be honest with you. My motivation to listen to my wife and do the right thing is so that I can receive fellatio. I don't want no arguments at all. I want to be the person you can console in, because I am good with chopping down her issue. I'm really good at chopping down her issue, because I always believe that if a person is mad, they'll come up with 15 different issues to validate their madness, where my job is to focus on what's the real reason you're mad. And I really help her with that.
That's a man.
Did she agree? Yeah, so and I think we on the same page, Ma.
No, here's what I say
okay.
that. I say that's a man's thing. And the same for you feeling like you only can express certain things, all the hard stuff. Why do you have a partner?
Mm-hmm.
God put women here to help me. So you have my woman partner, the wife. So you guys.
But she might have you for that though.
That's cool.
But if
then I can work on that.
You guys are both partners.
I don't have her for that.
You guys, you alleviate the stress from each other. Not just, I'm just alleviating her stress, and I'm only gonna give her a little bit. So you don't think she knows when you stressed out? You don't think that what men don't understand? We watch details and we watch patterns. Mm-hmm. So it's certain things. Now for you to be talking about you only do certain things for fellatio, I just told you, just be good to your wife.
That's the motivation. Because sometimes in the back of your head you want to be an asshole, but you're like, you know what? That's not going to go well. We're close to dark time. You want hit.
It becomes a job. It becomes a job, and it's not enjoyable. Because sometimes I might want to give some head because I want to give it because it makes me feel good to see you feel good. But now you want
you got a sister
for a job. See, nah, you play you play too much.
You got a sister that believe in the law?
Huh?
You got a sister that believe in the law?
I used to be Muslim. My son is still Muslim. So, but that's it. My father was Muslim.
I'm just wondering if more people had that mindset that you have. I mean, it's hard to find people like that, and I don't know if they in New York or not.
Yeah, my sister started in New York.
He said, I do travel.
You got a whole wife, boo. Don't do that.
You see this guy?
We don't violate marriages and relationships. We don't do that.
That's right. That's right.
Don't get blessings behind.
Listen, this is what I will say. I will say, like, we all definitely a work in progress, man. And you know what I mean? Whatever, like I love being a teammate, you know what I mean? So whatever is necessary to be a better teammate, then I'm gonna just have to work on it, you know what I mean? But like for me, a lot of things sound good, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I even tried before, like kind of express a little something. That's just not me. You know what I mean? I'm not, that's not, you know what I mean? That's not my comfort.
So you don't 100% trust your wife with your feelings?
No.
That's Well, that's something that you have to work on.
No, but not that I feel like she would do me wrong by that. I don't feel comfortable expressing certain things because I don't want to put certain burdens on my partner. I just don't want to do that. It's no need for both of us to be stressed out about certain things that I can handle. It's not because she can't hold it down. It's not because I don't trust her with my, with my emotions and nothing like that. It's just, for me, it's a form of protection in certain areas. I don't want to stress her like that. I'm not going to.
And I respect that.
You know what I'm saying?
Not going. She may have a suggestion that you did not allow her the opportunity to express to you to help you out that situation. She may have a perspective on something and see things in a different light than you do because you're stressing about because you're seeing it from a man's perspective. But a woman is gonna, because fortunately and unfortunately, God has given us the burden of being, because when we have children, we have to deal with multiple personalities. We got to deal out in the world. Plus, we have to deal with the husband. Then we got to deal with our own shit. So, how would you not allow her? Just express it. Try it one time. Just try it one time, and just. No,
I gotta be.
But no, you got to be 1,000% vulnerable with your wife.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not comfortable with that yet.
Oh well, you'll get. Just try a little bit. I'll give her more and more. It's not like she's taking on a burden, but she's helping you. She is your help.
She got a lot on her plate. Like, I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's a part of our responsibilities is not to, put too much on each other's plate at the same time. She has a lot that she handles. Like, if she wasn't doing nothing, if she was sitting around, then I probably would just unload this motherfucking clip and just let her have it. But she really holds down a lot, you know what I mean? And I handle it, you know what I mean? And I do, and I don't want to come off like I don't express anything to her because we talk still. Right. But it's just like certain things. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm not going to like add too much to her plate. And I know she's she's a worrier, you know what I mean? And she's like racking her brain about how to figure certain things out and stuff. And certain things, if I can handle it, I'm not going to stress her out with that.
So now she's going to be racking her brain about the fact that my husband is going through some things. I know he's going through some things. He's not sharing it or expressing it with me. So maybe I could possibly help him or alleviate it, or at least we can both brainstorm together to come up with a solution.
And most things I do.
You're denying her that opportunity to be your helpmeet. So you only want half a team member.
I want to say 90% of what we do. But honestly, I feel like I come to her too damn much. Like, I come to her about the dumbest shit, like the smallest, like, you'd be surprised. Like, you know what I mean? I might come to her, I might be putting a post up and I'm asking her to choose which music sound better. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I come to her about a lot of things, you know what I mean? I come to her about a lot of things in general. But some things.
So you respect her opinion and you respect her suggestions limitedly. Why are you?
No.
Why
I respect her. I respect the opinions.
You just said I only 100%. Get certain things. Just because you think it's small doesn't mean that she may think it's small. She may say, man, my husband come to me, we're working on this thing together. We talk about the music, we talk about whatever he writes down. We storming, we getting this thing together. We, not just you.
Yeah.
Your partner. Treat her like she's your partner.
Got you.
She's your help meet. God created women to be a help meet. We don't take over.
That's a fact.
So if you're the man, and even as an alpha woman, I had to tell my daughter-in-law, you can be an alpha woman to an alpha man and still be submissive and still allow him to be the man. Mm. You just know what your strengths are.
Right.
And just allow her to be that.
I'm gonna take your advice.
Allow her to be that. And watch how your relationship change and watch how different things change. For the better. She's not going to say, this is too much, you stressing me out. And if it's stressing her out, she know how to relieve all of that stuff. We carry so much. If we can carry our whole person in our body and bleed for 7 days and don't die, you got going on, it ain't going to kill us. It ain't going to kill us. But with that, I got to go because I got to get up in the morning and go save some lives.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Because we've been agreeing for real. Like Mo said, he was agreeing with you all night. Me and you really been on the same.
Come on, man. Let her go ahead.
But now I'm starting.
Reese, we love you. You know what I mean? Thank you so much.
Let me ask you a question, please.
Okay, ask a question.
Please. What? And I have my own mentality about this, but I want to hear your mindset on this. What is an alpha woman?
An alpha woman is a woman who has to handle things on her own. She takes care and takes charge. It's unfortunate, but it's almost like a man. It's almost like the role of a man, because she has to, not because she wants to. Circumstances and situations put her in that position. You don't even understand how much a woman, alpha or nah, want to just be a woman. And that's basically it. It's almost a woman who has to have the mentality of a man and then some in order to make things work, because it's a single mom who takes care of her children, who takes care of the household, who makes sure that there's food on the table and this, that, and the other, and they don't have time to be stressing and giving a man, not giving him his peace. I don't have the time, nor the luxury, nor do I desire to be stressing. If you don't want to take care of your kids, that's okay, because I'm going to do what I need to do. You don't have to answer to me. I don't have to talk bad about you. I don't have to down you, and I don't have to dog you to my children, because at the end of the day, you have to answer to them.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
You in a relationship, you're not in a relationship, and basically what you expressed was basically what you had to go through, and that's super unfortunate. I feel as though that no woman should have to do everything by themselves.
I'm engaged.
So okay, and that's a beautiful thing, but my question is, let's just say you are an alpha woman for 20 years, right? Then you get with a man, and y'all get married.
Mm-hmm.
Do the alpha fall off or carry the one?
No. My alpha does not go away, but it's put into a perspective.
But where did this come from? Like, where did the connotation of alpha woman come from? Like, what? And I'm being honest. Like, I just don't understand.
Here's the thing, and because these women out here talking about, I'm a strong black woman and I'm this, I'm that. Alphas don't run in packs. Strong black women, they run in packs. Alpha women don't run in packs. Why? Because we don't have the time. Mm-hmm. Alpha women, we have to be out here taking care of our children, because we're taking care of our children. We out here working if we're working, or we got some kind of hustle. We're working and hustling to make sure that our household is straight. We buying houses, we buying clothes, we getting property, we doing all those things. We starting business. We teaching our children how to be entrepreneurs. We don't have the time to be hanging out at the club, worrying about getting our hair and fingernails done, and throwing on cakes and piles of makeup, and trying to get the attention of this man and that man, getting fake boobs and all. We don't have time for all that. We're pretty and grimy with it. But when we find a man who will allow us to just be a woman. Now, sometimes, I'm gonna keep it real. 85% of the time, it takes an alpha woman time to relinquish the reins, because the male has to be able to build the trust that she feels secure that he can take charge. Now, I'm just being honest.
No, and I get it. And I'm not here to be argumentative. I'm really trying to understand. Like, so. And I don't want to put it like into like alpha lion, which would be an alpha male, and then you have, a lioness. But I just don't know. Like, for me, it always bothered me, because a young lady on here earlier said that she had to be the mom and the dad. And for me, I don't believe, like, it's so unfortunate. If a mom got to raise all the kids by herself, of course you got to be the disciplinarian. You got to sign them up for programs, or all of the things that you got to do. But I just feel like you, and this is no disrespect to you, but you're a single mom who's doing what you got to do. But when we put alpha on it, it's a responsibility to be, and it's hard to relinquish those when a man comes, because you like, and this guy got to be just for you to come down off of that. And I just don't know. Now, for a seasoned vet like you, alpha might have a different connotation where it's not so derogative, right? But for these young girls who's using it, it's different. It's not the same.
Because they're not really alpha women. And here's what I'll say. An alpha man, now there are two different types of alpha men. They're the alpha men who feel that they have to be the aggressive alpha male, and they're just alpha men who just going to be a man, right? And he can just chill and just do whatever. My father was an alpha male. My mother is an alpha woman. However, my father put her in a position and made her feel confident, comfortable, and secure enough to know that he can lead and take care of things. They had conversations. They talked about what their goals are as a family. My mother didn't have to work if she didn't want to. He wanted to go hang out or do whatever. My father's okay. That's what you want to do. Okay, but remember, you got these kids here. Figure out what you're going to do. We're going to figure this thing out. When you have to be a certain way, the man has to make it, and don't come in with rah rah and all that, because the alpha woman is not going to. She's not going to take to that, because now she feels now she's on the defense.
Thanks, Mom.
Because now you're trying to control me. Now you're trying to do this. And she's saying those things because of the experiences that she's had in the past. But if you come in and, hey, babe, I got this. Don't worry about that. You just go on, sit down, and go take care of it. I can do X, Y, and Z. Now you're letting me know that, one, you can lead. Two, I can just, you want me to just be a woman. I can just be a woman. I can use my feminine energy now. I can see alpharism for when I gotta deal with the world. I have to bring that home. I can be soft and gentle with my man. That's why you could get head every day. I'm just saying.
Ma, did you look it up?
What, alpha?
Yeah. Please.
Give me 1 second. I got you.
Because I get it. And I think that what she's saying is right. But I just feel like it's that game where you in kindergarten and the teacher tell one kid something, and then they got to tell all the other kids something. And by the time you get to the end, it's not the same thing. I don't think that it was passed down properly from her generation to these other people.
No. But you got to remember, when people look at certain things, when you're looking at a lion and you're looking at a lioness, who does the hunting? The lion or the lioness?
The lioness.
Absolutely. So they have to be alphas to be able to go out there. They have to be aggressive enough to go out there and still come home to their king and be soft. Why? Because he lets her know that he can lead her. He gives her the security. So she can lay that down and still be feminine for him.
I'm gonna have to use an Urban Dictionary. Pretty much it's just saying alpha is the first letter of the Greek alphabet, but basically it has a value of 1. It's basically saying it's like number 1, numero uno. If you're alpha, you know what I mean? You
dealing with alpha male.
You stand alone.
This boy just went to the Urban Dictionary and thought that this was
No, I'm gonna have to go to the Urban Dictionary. That was Wikipedia.
Oh,
that's not going. You know, we using it as a slang. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but what is the actual definition from Wikipedia?
So the actual definition, I just read it. Hold up.
Take your time.
Oh, alpha definition, personality. There we go. What does alpha mean? Alpha refers to a dominant person or their behavior, especially with the respect to socially aggressive, hyper-masculine men. So it speaks to...
It speaks to man, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I said the alpha woman is a woman who is almost on the same plane as a man, because she has to, and that's because she has to be. Not that that's what she wants to be. That's what she.
But
so why she just can't be an independent woman?
Let me ask the question too. This is the time. Why do women always have to make a comparison to being like a man to represent a higher level of doing something? So just like Chad said before,
I didn't say that was higher.
No. But hear me out. Like what the sister said earlier was, I'm a dad and a mom. So she basically, as far as I'm concerned, without doing it on purpose, diminished the greatness of what being a woman is by saying I'm a dad and a mom. Being a mom is enough. Why you never hear a man say, you know, and I had my children and was a single dad at certain points or whatever the case may be. I ain't say I'm their dad and their mom. Being a dad was enough.
You know why a man will never say that? Because a man will never show his feminine side.
That so if I gotta be a cheerleader for my daughter, me and her doing cheerleading, I'm supporting my daughter. I'm not being feminine. I'm not being a woman. I'm just tapping into my daughter.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because now y'all gonna make me stay up, and I'm trying to go to bed. Do you?
No, it's a conversation.
Next week's topic is what is an alpha woman?
I just told you.
But it doesn't exist. That the word alpha has no connotation that is conducive with a woman at all.
Exactly. I said that a woman has to be, not she wants to be. And that's where they come from. I have to be the male and the female, which means women are more softer. They're more caring. But if they have to switch and flip on the aggressive part, that's for them.
But why is aggression automatically put to a man?
Because a man is a man. Okay, so
no woman is aggressive.
So you as a man, you will come and be really soft to your daughter, or are you going to be strict and stern with your women? Men are cut and dry.
It depends on the situation.
What situation?
I paint nails. You know what I'm saying? I'm going. Sometimes I gotta give love.
So know that you've just tapped into
raised
your
by
feminine
women.
side. Know that you've just tapped into. Hold on, wait a minute. Because I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. Hold on, I don't mean it in a disrespectful.
No. But doing your daughter,
you know that. Okay, so you guys know that a woman carries both chromosomes. You guys only carry. So you guys, male and female, are gonna have both, because you know what I'm saying. Like only you will determine, and it depends on the woman who you're dealing with if you're going to have a male child or a female child. But we carry both. Right?
Listen,
so you're going to have a feminine side. I don't care which way you slice it. But you're going to always, the male part is going to always dominate. You get that softer side when you have your daughter and you want to do nails, or you be that softer side, not in a disrespectful way, because the caring part, the nurturing part of that is more feminine.
So I want to say this. I think, just in my opinion, that words have power, and the words that we use get translated to other people, and it changed the definition. So there are women out here, not you. There are women out here. I have so much respect for you too, because the way you talk, you're very good at articulating.
For sure.
So I just wanted to say that. But there are women out here who say they're a single mother. Dad is alive. Dad takes care of the kid, but they're a single mother. What makes you a single mother? No, you are a mother who is not in a relationship. It doesn't make you a single mother, because the dad is still doing what he's supposed to do in whatever capacity. What makes you so when you say I'm an alpha woman, I'm a man woman. I'm gonna take a word that has nothing to do with woman at all. It's predicated off of a man, because I have to take two roles. But any woman who is single would love to have a man in the life. But why do we feel as though you got to pick up the slack and be a man when that's something you could never do? When you as a woman say to me, you as a man don't know what it's like to be pregnant and have a miscarriage, or to be pregnant and da-da-da-da. I cannot relate. I can never even try to act like I'm going to be a woman that's pregnant. There are certain responsibilities that I am a mom who did what I had to do independently with no help from a man. When alpha is at it, I automatically slap my head. I say, "Oh my gosh, here we go," because there is a mindset that comes with that. My mom taught me. My mom is if you want to say it, an alpha woman, and it became so stupid. She would tell my sisters, if a man buys you something, keep a mental note or ask for the receipt, because if he does something later and tries to throw it in your face, you can buy it back for him and give it back to him. Because she's an alpha woman.
That came from a place.
She has been an alpha woman for so long that she can't even be available for a good man because she can't trust it. But that comes with the mindset of being an alpha woman.
Well, her experience has shown her, and the people who she has dealt with has not provided her with the security or the good leadership.
No, how can we say that? Because my dad and my mom was supposed to get back together, but when he came to her house, they was dating. She said, I did this, I did that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. He did not find a place. And for a man, our job is not to take a place, it's to earn a place. And if you can't do something because somebody is saying, there is no place for you. There is no room on this bed for me.
Wow.
So, with that being said, because I had to teach my sons this, when a woman is like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, then the conversation goes like this, calmly, not rah-rah, none of that, not being aggressive. Just say, okay, so if that's the way you want to do that, so then there's no we. So if there's no we, then you don't need me. Want to be?
That's heavy.
So when you have that kind of conversation in a calm manner, because see, if you come at a woman aggressive who always felt like who had to do, and you come at her rough and rugged, she's gonna be defensive. The guard is gonna go up. Now, when you come at her and you just say, listen, this is what we need to do as a family. And in order for this to work, we need to work this thing out. It has to be a conversation. But it's
going to be deeper than the conversation when you a seasoned alpha woman. Alpha woman is not a person. It's not an action. It's a mentality. And that mentality creates force fields. So an alpha man is not a mentality, though.
It is.
You think if a word is already attached to a man, it's a mentality?
Yep.
Why do you say that?
Because just like you say somebody is a simp, just like you say somebody so simp, you guys use that as a man who is too emotional or too all about his woman. But he can still be an alpha male who is just catering and caring for his woman. Why? Because he may see something that his woman needs, that his homeboys don't need to see and don't need to know. He may be doing what he can do to soften his wife up or his girl up so that she can see that he leaves, that she's safe. She's in a safe space. A man is not going to open up and be vulnerable to his wife if he doesn't feel that it's safe to do that. If your wife is always like, you ain't going to never be no good, you this, you that, I can't trust you, you cheated on me, you done did this, you done did that, you lie so much. But if I'm not creating a safe space for him to be open, and for me to be understanding, and I'm not creating a safe space, he's not going to talk to me. Then guess what he's going to do? He's going to go talk to Karen. He's going to go talk to Shamika. He's going to go talk to Tara. Now, I want to fight all them chicks, not me, because I don't never fight a woman behind a man. But some women will go and fight a woman because he done went and confided in another woman. Why? Because you didn't make a space for him.
I'm going to say this, because I know Cherie is ready to go to bed. That's what I'm going to say. And I know Maul got to get up to go.
This joke getting juicy. No, I'm just waiting to hop the fuck in. No.
What I'm going to say is, I'm going to say this. I can not say that I can. I'm going to say, continue to call yourself an alpha woman, because I don't think your alpha woman is how it is with the younger girls. Not to say that it matters. I'm saying I'm comfortable with bowing down to you and say, okay, alpha woman.
It does matter because they don't know how to channel. And that's they just think that that's it. They just want to be rah-rah. They don't know how to channel. They don't know how to be feminine. That's why all these people make it on.
I just think that the white man has really messed us up.
They messed a lot.
I mean, he started it. We have to get some accountability, but they started taking the man out the house since Willie Lynch came over here on from the West Indies. Mm-hmm. Right? And they take us out the house from war. They take us out the house from mass incarceration. They take us out the house if you want welfare. They did that so much
they raped
that the role of a man has diminished. A lot of people choose to not have a man. A lot of people choose to throw the McDonald's on the sidewalk because she feels like she can do it herself. So when you have that mentality, not you, but when you have that mentality of being an alpha woman, it takes over your mind to believe you don't need a man. And it's not important to have one, because just like a whale, a killer whale, if a killer whale done killed 10 people, that sperm that they take, he gonna put it into some more killer whales, and they're gonna take on that same energy. So you got to be careful of the people you're sleeping with, because their energy goes to the next person.
Absolutely.
And when you have a single mom who is telling their kid, you don't need him, you could do it yourself, it breeds down to the next level. And that alpha woman mindset has matured and become more gruesome to us as people, because a woman will make you feel like you are worth nothing, because she can get 267 every 2 weeks from the white man.
Yeah.
So now,
and some food stamps.
Here's the thing.
That's a fact.
That's their tragedy, and that's their trauma that they've never dealt with. That's their thing, that they've been beat by their husband and they couldn't go back home. Because back in the 60s and back in the 40s, they wasn't able to go back home. Because once you got married and you went with your husband, whatever went with that, that's what you had to deal with. You're not coming back here. So they had to deal with abuse. They had to deal with a husband having a whole family on the other side of town. So when the kids grow up and see that, and they feel like, and they see that they got sisters and all these brothers all on the other side of town, prayerfully they don't date them. It messes with the mindset. So some of those old school moms will say, when I never worked, so I couldn't work, and I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that, but now you have the ability to work and you can do this, because that's the mindset. And I've heard these women say these things. The difference is that you have to look at things from a different perspective. Know what's healthy for you. You can't, women are out here, oh, he got pretty hair, oh, he got pretty eyes. Now you done trapped the nigga up and now you got 2 or 3 babies. Stop playing with yourself. And now
so automatically, if you're a single mom, you are alpha mom?
No, absolutely not. That doesn't guarantee you that, because you could be a sorry ass mother.
So the fact of taking on, all of the kids.
When you out here doing what you're supposed to do, and you have to fulfill 2 roles, which means you have to be the disciplinarian. There are women who are married, and I've heard a lot of women say, my husband is just so hard.
No, I'm sorry. 2 roles?
You have to take on 2 roles.
No, you take on 2 incomes.
You
take 2 incomes. You don't take 2 roles. You can't be mom and dad.
Okay, here's why I say it's 2 roles.
Can you teach a boy how to be a man?
Absolutely, I can.
Really?
And how I can is by the training that my father gave me and by what my father has shown me that a man is. That's the only thing that I can go off of. But if I had a negative connotation, my sons would be pieces of shit. That's keeping it real. And
I mean,
your sons are great men because you're a great woman, not because you taught them how to be men.
Absolutely, because I taught them how to be men. On top of the fact, I made sure that they had other positive men role models in their lives. I taught
That's what a mom can do. Put them around an uncle. Put them in the YMCA. But put your meat right here and you shake it 15 times before you get all the it's
that's
just
a whole fact. That's a whole fact. My thing is that my father trained me certain things. He taught me this is how you choose the man. This is the type of man that you need to be with. If a man can't treat you better than me, or can't treat you like how I treat you, or better and respect you on those levels, that's not somebody who you need to be with.
I'm going to do this for the first time on this show, on the Davis show. This is the first time I ever did this. Might be the last.
Okay.
But I'm going to agree to disagree with you and bow out gracefully and say, okay.
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Because I love this conversation. I don't know, maybe I'm so stuck in my head that I just believe that, like, as a man.
Back up. Chad, we got to bring this back up, because this plays on a lot of men feeling that there's no space in the bedroom, there's no space in the house for me, and that's where a lot of the retreating comes in. And I'm not blaming women, but this is a result of passing down that energy from trauma that mothers have had from relationships or whatever the case may be, and putting that into the next generation. So now we're developing, like Chad said, it's gotten heightened. This thing has grown bigger than us, and we need to identify it and say, hold up, just like with how we raise our kids now, we don't gotta beat their ass like we was getting our ass beaten per se, because that came from trauma. I'm gonna beat my kid's ass so Master don't beat his ass, so I'm gonna beat his ass. So we dealing with being raised through trauma, and we gotta identify it. So I think this is a great topic and something we need to kind of like go in on, maybe on the next topic or whatever, so it can have, we can put our full energy into this conversation. But I completely hear what both of y'all saying. For the first time on this show, probably it may be the last, I actually agreed with Chad. You know what I mean? So clap it up for that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I also see where you're coming from, even though it's somewhat different views. So we definitely got to bring this one back.
Well,
But I appreciate everybody coming on tonight. If you missed this live, please click the link in my bio. It has this.
Sharice, what's your page? Follow Sharice so we can, you know what I mean, so we can keep you in a link so you can come back on the show.
If you missed it, I'm about to say if she follow me, I'll follow her back so she'll get.
Yeah.
Just put a comment in real quick and just ping it so we can just follow her, I guess, right? Or no?
Yeah. You put a comment.
If anybody missed this live tonight, the link in my bio to our YouTube channel, that's where the live will be posted at by tomorrow. And we will be back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a new topic.
Next week's topic is how has a man's role diminished in the household?
Ooh. Make sure
or how replaceable is a man?
Wow.
Hit me on that one. I hope my fiance is here at that time so we can all get on the live.
So what's you SKH?
Yeah.
Is that
okay? S Calfani K4H. That's my men's line.
Got you.
Yeah.
But it's been wonderful, guys. I gotta get up.
Yes. It's been wonderful.
I will talk with you later.
Yay.
All right, you be cool. How you be cool? Now, what up?
All right, Joe.
Cherie, can you teach your boys how to be a man?
What?
Bye.
Bye.